After Tuesday, we're right back at Warner Park as the Woodchucks are facing off against the Madison Mallards once again. This will be the 9th and 10th time these two teams face off against each other this season. The Woodchucks come in with a record of 5-3 over Madison, but the Mallards have gotten the better of the Woodchucks the last two times they faced off. Scores of 13-3 and 3-1. With 3-1 being the most recent loss for Wausau on Tuesday, part of the now 9-game losing streak for the Woodchucks. Hello, Will Charlton here, joined alongside fellow Woodchucks intern Chase Kmosena, who's on the call with me tonight. Chase, welcome on.
Thank you, Will. It's an honor to be here. Beautiful night for baseball here in Madison, Wisconsin. We're excited as the Chucks look to end their losing streak and get themselves in the win column here against Madison tonight.
And the Woodchucks, who, like mentioned, now on the 9-game losing streak, 9-17 in the second half, and overall record of 29-32. The Madison Mallards are in first place currently in the Great Lakes West in the second half. They are 16-12, coming to this game 31-30 overall, and they have taken the field on defense. Chase, why don't you introduce the Mallards?
Thank you, Will. From left to right in the outfield, Liam Moreno, Isaiah Jackson, and Jackson Tucker. On the hot corner is Keenan Taylor. Over at first base, Nick Williams. At shortstop, Cale Fisher, and second base, Davis Hamilton. Behind the plate, David Melfi, and he'll be catching for All-Star pitcher Tommy Meyer.
Tommy Meyer, the Northern Illinois Husky, who is making his 10th start and 10th overall appearance for the Mallards. 2-2 record, ERA of 3.66. The walks and hits per innings pitched rate of 1.42 and an opposing batting average of 221. 39 and a third on the mound for Tommy Meyer this season. He's allowed 31 hits, 16 runs all earned, has struck out 46 and has walked 25. And he's first facing off against the leadoff man, the Dayton Flyer for the Woodchucks, Mike Adair. Mike Adair has had a very solid return to the Woodchucks since his little stint of being gone from the team for about a month or so.
Couldn't agree more, Will. Mike Adair, good to have him back in Wausau as he's making an impact immediately after returning, and good to have him leading off here tonight from the left side of the batter's box.
Adair was telling me during batting practice today he was really excited about leading off today, loved leading off when he did so in JUCO down at Seminole State in Oklahoma. And now he is leading off once again today.
Definitely a good choice as a leadoff hitter, as he's not a very power hitter, but you'll find him on base, either base on balls or just nice singles, as he has 20 hits on the season and no home runs. So, I mean, obviously a good leadoff hitter, finding his way on base, 263 batting average, and hoping to start the inning out for the Woodchucks good here.
2-1 from the left-handed throwing Tommy Meyer, the 6'5" pitcher for the Mallards, a native of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. 3-1 now to Mike Adair, who's looking to be the first base runner of the game for the Woodchucks. Tommy Meyer starting for the first time since July 28th, and that will be a 5-pitch walk as Meyer misses low and outside on the breaking ball. So Mike Adair picks up his 16th walk of the season. That's the only way he reached base against the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors yesterday. Was walked 3 times in an 0-for-2 game, as Tommy Meyer has given up what is now his 26th walk on the pitching mound. And he's now facing off next against Christian Mitchell, the 2-batter for the Woodchucks, right-handed batting, soon-to-be Cincinnati Bearcat, transferring from Central Michigan University. Christian Mitchell, Romeoville, Illinois native. As Tommy Meyer facing off for the first time against Wausau since June 9th. A game where he went 2 innings, but had to come out of the game due to the 35 pitch count limit rule.
And Meyer struggling here with command in the first 2 batters he faces, as Adair did exactly what he was hoping to do, get on base to start this inning as leadoff hitter, and right away Mitchell up 2-0 in the count against Meyer.
And the pitch finds the low inside corner for strike 1 to Christian Mitchell. And Christian Mitchell, guy was 0-for-4 last night against the Raptors, now playing in his 18th game, starting his 17th for Wausau. And he hits this one down the third base line. It's going to stay fair. Mike Adair is going to head to third base, as Liam Moreno has trouble with it in the left field, but Christian Mitchell is going to have a no-out double
A great swing there by Mitchell. Got his hands in on the inside fastball and drilled that one right past third baseman in Keenan Taylor. Good job by Adair getting all the way from first to third on that. The bobble out there by Liam Moreno, and the Woodchucks setting themselves up here in the first inning.
Liam Moreno had trouble with it in left field. Tried to make a quick trigger to third base and Keenan Taylor. But instead, Mike Adair safely in there. That puts runners on second and third for the Woodchucks for the home run hitter last night, Mark Schallenberger. So Wausau is trying to strike early, something they have not done in what feels like a long time. The last time they scored runs in the first inning was 4 against Lakeshore this past Saturday in a 9-8 loss.
Yeah, well, you said it. That would be a very good for the Woodchucks to get on the board here, as you're always saying that getting out to an early start is something that they need to do in every game, especially against Tommy Meyer, as Schellenberger fouls that one off into the Woodchucks dugout. And I think that would be huge against the powerful left-handed all-star. Good chance here as they've got runners on second and third with the star left-handed hitter, obviously not an all-star, but maybe could have been if he would have joined the team a little earlier, Mark Schallenberger.
Mark Schallenberger, 0-2 count from Tommy Meyer, fouls it off, stays alive over into the netting above the Mallards dugout. Schallenberger now playing in his 19th game, starting his 18th. Best overall team, or best overall batting average as an individual on this Woodchucks team. 318, 21 hits, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, his fourth being a 3-run home run last night that gave the Woodchucks some late inning life, and he takes the fastball high for Meyer for ball 1. So 1-2 count now to Schallenberger, who's also been walked 13 times and has scored 12 runs, has a slugging percentage of .621 and an on-base percentage of .471. Schallenberger trying to put the Woodchucks on the board early here. 1-2 from Meyer is checked. As coming around with Schallenberger, he is going to be thrown out at first base on the drop third, so that is out number 1, and Tommy Meyer picks up a strikeout.
Very solid strikeout there by Tommy Meyer, as Schellenberger, obviously a tough out. You said it, gets on base a lot and leading the team in batting average, so really big out there for Tommy Meyer here in the first inning as he gets the first out.
So now that brings up the Georgia State Panther, Mike McGinnis. Native of Newton, Georgia, playing in his 48th game, starting his 44th for the Woodchucks, batting .228 on the season. In terms of the active roster, he leads the team in hits, 38. After his 2 fellow Georgia State companions, or I guess one of them being a now former Georgia State companion, Dalton Pearson and Jesse Donahoe, both leaving the team. He now leads the team in hits on the active roster. He also has 3 doubles. His third came last night, a 2-for-4 outing against the Rafters. 2 different hits in the game. It was a single and a double for McGinnis as he takes strike 2 on the outside half on the off-speed pitch by Meyer.
Yeah, well, McGinnis is looking real good as he obviously had those 2 hits, an RBI and a double last night. And even in batting practice, watching him here the last few days, he's been really pulling the ball to left field really nice as swings right through that one, and Meyer gets the second out on his second strikeout of the inning.
So McGinnis is down swinging, and all of a sudden, after Mitchell hits the double, Wausau is now down to their final out, as Trent Van Ness is going to be who hopes to keep the inning alive for the Woodchucks and maybe break through for Wausau. Trent Van Ness, the man who was responsible for the only run in Tuesday's 3-1 loss for the Woodchucks here at Warner Park on Tuesday, hit a home run over that left field wall, that small left field wall. His first home run of the season, only a second hit as well. And he comes into this game after being 0-for-4 last night against the Rafters. And after Trent Van Ness, if he is able to get on base, it'll be Anthony McFarland as Meyer misses outside with the fastball. After McFarland, it's Ryan Blackwell, Jacob Boos, and Ryan Blanchard, and that will round out the batting order for the Woodchucks in this 9th of 12 games between these 2 rivals. The Woodchucks, like mentioned, 5-3 coming into Madison after being 5-1 in the first half against the Mallards. The Mallards won the season opener here at Warner Park 7-0, and then Wausau won 5 straight against Madison after that. As the count is 3-0 now to Trent Van Ness, the UW-Stevens point-pointer, who is now playing in his 5th game as a Woodchuck, and he will be walked, so that will load the bases with 2 outs.
Little command issues maybe Coming back for Tommy Meyer has walked Van Ness on 4 straight pitches, and the Woodchucks are still in business here in the first inning as McFarland steps to the plate, and he'll look to score off the righty-lefty matchup in the first inning, put the Chucks on the board. That would be pretty big here for him, Will.
The Chucks, a team who struggled getting behind early. Madison was able to take a 2-0 lead on Tuesday as Meyer goes with the changeup for strike one.
And even last night, Will, as the Raptors took the 5-0 lead in
Right.
the first inning in our home park, and it would be really good to flip the script tonight and maybe have the Chucks up early, especially against these Mallards, as they look to notch another win in the season series against the division rivals.
So now Anthony McFarland, the California Riverside product, 1-1 count from Tommy Meyer. McFarland playing first base for the Woodchucks, swings through the curveball.
Great pitch there by Tommy Meyer. Got McFarland chasing the off speed. Wondering if he'll go back to that or stick with something out of the zone, maybe a fastball, high fastball. With the guy at third, you don't want to throw nothing in the dirt maybe. They could go back to that long backstop.
And McFarland strikes out swinging, so that will retire the side. And Wausau, after having runners on second and third with no outs, are not able to bring either home. Tommy Meyer strikes out the side, and Wausau leaves bases loaded, stranded here in the first. And that is not the ideal way to start off for the Woodchucks, who are looking to win their first game in 2 weeks now. It's been 2 weeks since they beat Rockford down at Rivet Stadium, 7-4. 9 straight losses, and the Mallards will be back up to bat when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
So glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Woodchucks have taken the field on defense. Chase, why don't you introduce our Chucks?
Thank you, Will. From left to right in the outfield, we have Mike Adair, Mark Schellenberger, and Trent Van Ness. On the hot corner, Mike McGinnis. Over at first base, Anthony McFarland. At shortstop is Ryan Blanchard, and second baseman is Jacob Booth. Behind the plate, Ryan Blackwell, and making his Northwoods debut, Kevin Cordy.
Kevin Cordy, the right-hander from South Lyon, Michigan, who most recently went to school at Saginaw Valley State and has played in 2 different collegiate leagues this summer, the Alaskan League, and also just got done playing in the Great Lakes Collegiate League. And he's first facing off against Davis Hamilton, the second baseman for the Madison Mallards in this game. Davis Hamilton, North Dakota State product from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, playing in his 39th game with the Mallards, batting .242. 36 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, as Cordy goes with an off speed, and Ryan Blackwell is throwing it back to Cordy, and that hit Davis Hamilton on the throwback. That was interesting. Hard not to just kind of laugh at that, because they both just were like, oh, okay, I guess that happened.
Can't say I've seen that one too many times.
2-1 from Cordy, who features a fastball, a changeup, and a curveball. Making his Northwoods League debut, like Chase mentioned, to Davis Hamilton. 3-1 count from the right-hander. And that will be a 5-pitch walk to Hamilton to lead off the game.
More on Cordy as we talked a little bit with field manager Ross Davis, and he was just hoping for a quality start out of Cordy and looking for pretty much the basics, quick outs, quick innings, controlling the strike zone, and a little struggle in his first at bat, but it is his first start, and everyone can be a little shaky on their debut.
That is for certain the case, as that brings up the Michigan State Spartan Nick Williams, the Racine, Wisconsin native. 1-0 from Cordy in a righty-righty matchup is an off-speed taken outside. Nick Williams now playing in his 13th game with Madison, batting .289, the first baseman. Inside fastball from Cordy for ball 3, so he has been struggling finding his spot so far. Williams on the season, 13 hits, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs, 6 walks, and 5 runs scored, as well as a .358 on base percentage. After Williams will be Isaiah Jackson, Keenan Taylor, Liam Moreno, Jackson Tucker, Cal Fisher, Kyle Schrodel, and David Melfi, the catcher, is batting in the 9-hole for the Mallards tonight. 3-0, and that hit the back of Nick Williams, so that'll be a 3-0 hit by pitch, which would have been ball 4 anyway, so I guess you can say that getting to first base on 4 pitches is Nick Williams, and that puts runners on first and second as Cordy has only thrown 1 strike so far and now 9 pitches thrown. And that is going to draw Ross Davis, the acting field manager and still pitching coach for the Woodchucks, out to the pitching mound.
Yeah, Kevin Cordy struggling so far with his command. Obviously, he hit that last batter in Nick Williams and walk in Davis Hamilton. Ross Davis hopefully give him some words of wisdom as he makes his debut here in Madison. A good crowd this afternoon in a beautiful night for baseball, and a good night for Cordy to make his debut as he's looking to turn this inning around.
And that is a ball that gets way away from Blackwell behind the plate on a fastball. Way outside to Isaiah Jackson, and both Williams and Hamilton will now advance on a wild pitch. So the Mallards, just like the Woodchucks had with no outs, have runners now at second and third. So let's see if Wausau can do what the Mallards did to the Woodchucks.
Yeah, well, this is what we have seen in early innings from the Woodchucks on defense, and it's something that we hope they can turn around here tonight in Madison.
Cordy still struggling to find his spot. Throws an outside fastball to Isaiah Jackson, the Arizona State Sun Devil from Vail, Arizona, who's now playing in his 51st game with the Madison Mallards. .257 batting average as Cordy misses outside again. That one on the changeup.
Seems to be missing all on the right side of the batter's box as he hit Nick Williams on a pitch similar to that one, Will. Just having trouble commanding that fastball.
So now the 3-0 to Jackson, and that will be strike 1. Or no, that's ball 4. That is ball 4, just missed outside. So that'll be back-to-back 4-pitch bases given up by Cordy, as it technically wasn't a walk to Nick Williams, but it was only 4 pitches. And now a total of 13 pitches. He has only thrown 1 strike. And now bases are loaded for Keenan Taylor, the Purdue Boilermaker, who's playing third base, as Cordy finally finds the strike zone with the fastball to Keenan Taylor, native of Westfield, Indiana. Keenan Taylor now playing in his 38th game as a Mallard, .225 batting average. Curveball just misses high from Cordy. 32 hits, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and 14 runs batted in for Keenan Taylor. 15 walks, 28 runs scored, and has also stolen 3 bases. 1-1. Another curveball that's missing high.
Cordy looking to get his first out of the inning, as it'll be a big one, especially with bases loaded here, as that one is also inside, almost hits Keenan Taylor.
Keenan Taylor, one ball away from walking in the first round of the game for the Mallards, and that will be the case. Kevin Cordy hits Keenan Taylor in the back. And Madison does not have a hit yet, but does have a run now.
And, well, you got to think that Woodchucks are already thinking about warming up a guy in the pen. It looks like there is some action out there.
Yeah, that's Blaine Wallen already warming up in the bullpen for the Woodchucks. As Kevin Cordy just clearly cannot find his spot. That is now only 2 strikes and 14 pitches thrown.
Yeah, well, not the debut he's looking for. Still has a chance to maybe get out of this inning as he throws the ball inside on that pitch there.
Struggling to find the strike zone is Kevin Cordy, and he still can't find on the 1-0 off speed to Liam Moreno. The State College of Florida product is also from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Liam Moreno, the left fielder for the Mallards in this game, as Cordy still cannot find the strike zone. He is missing inside or outside, depending on who you're seeing, but he just is always missing on the right of the plate as he throws a 4-pitch walk to Moreno, and it's now 2-0 Mallards. Blaine Wallen readily trying to get going as fast as possible as Kevin Cordy just, I'm going to be completely honest, just does not have it in this game.
Yeah, well, you said it, and it's not like all of his pitches are just missing the strike zone. He's thrown some
They're missing completely.
Inside, outside balls. That one went right behind Liam Moreno all the way to the backstop.
Madison already up 2-0, just like they were in inning number 1 of the game on Tuesday, and that is it for Cordy. He does not pick up an out. He allows 2 walks, or 2 runs, 3 walks, and 2 hit by pitches, and that is going to draw Blaine Wallen into the game. We'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. After not even a full inning of work for Kevin Cordy in his Wausau debut, he allows 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches, already 2 runs and 3 base runners left on, as that is going to draw in the right-hander from Adams, Wisconsin by way of Ripon College. It's Blaine Wallen. Coming in for his third time as a Woodchuck, a 6.75 earned run average, 1.13 walks and hits per inning pitch rate. Has gone 2 2/3 on the mound, struck out 3, allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, and has an opposing batting average of 273.
Blaine Wallen tasked with getting out of a bases-loaded jam as Cordy in his debut walks the bases-loaded and walks 2 in and hits 2 batters. And Blaine Wallen, not much you can do here as his first pitch is a good strike on the inside half of the strike zone.
Blaine Wallen last time out was against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters in Game 1 on Monday. He went 1 full inning and picked up 1 strikeout as that one is hit on a line into left field. That's going to score 1 run for the Mallards. That's an RBI single hit by Jackson Tucker. And that'll make the score 3-0. So that is now the 12th run allowed in the first inning by the Woodchucks in the last 4 games. And the bases stay loaded with no outs.
Yeah, well, and that run obviously credited to Cordy as he loaded the bases. Every run except for
Jackson
Tucker will go to Cordy.
So Wallen allows what is now his 4th hit in 3 appearances. And now he's facing off against the right-handed batting Cal Fisher. Hits this one into deep center field. Schallenberger's going way back for it, and it is going to be a ground rule double. So they'll score just 2 runs, but Cal Fisher has a ground rule double, and it's 5-0 Madison. Back-to-back games now where the Woodchucks have allowed 5 runs in the first inning. There's still no outs in the inning either. A 2 RBI double by Cal Fisher, the recent high school graduate, soon to be Florida State Seminole. And Fisher, that is double number 6 and hit number 24 on the season, as well as RBIs 18 and 19. As with runners on first and second, that brings up Kyle Schrodel. First pitch inside, breaking ball from Wallen for ball 1 to Schrodel, the Eastern Michigan Eagle. And there's still no outs here in the first inning. 1-0 fastball for strike 1 from Wallen.
Yeah, well, as Cordy comes in, walks the bases loaded, allows 2, and then right away the Mallards are using those bats and 2 hits off of Wallen in his first 2 batters faced. And swinging right through that one. Good pitch by Wallen.
Kyle Schrodel now down 1-2. Schrodel playing in his 9th game as a Mallard, batting 167. 4 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. 2 walks and 3 runs scored. 1-2 from Wallen is a fastball put on the ground. It goes foul.
Chuck still without an out here in the first inning as, like you said, Will, gave them 5 runs last night in the first inning, and that set them back as they lost that one 7-4. If you take those 5 runs away, that game is completely different. As that one is low, looks really good from up here, and it's going to be 2-2 on Schrodel.
Blaine Wallen still looking for his first out in the first inning as Madison's already up 5-0, and the Woodchucks are really risking already losing their 10th straight game. And swinging and missing is Schrodel, so finally there is 1 out on the board in the inning.
Good pitch there on the off speed from Wallen, and a big first out as the Chucks maybe able to get themselves out of this inning. No double play in effect as David Melfi, the catcher, comes up to bat here with runners on second and third in the bottom of the first inning.
David Melfi playing in his 18th game, the Wagner College product from Staten Island, New York. Swings through the first pitch low breaking ball from Wallen. Melfi, 9 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, and 8 walks on the season, as well as 7 runs scored for Melfi. And that one is fouled off into the stands, or will head out of Warner Park here. At least the stands area.
Job getting ahead of this count here as he obviously got the strikeout in his last batter faced in Schrodel and gets ahead in the count 0-2 against Melfi. That's inspiring as As inspiring as the Chucks can be right now, being down 5-0 in the first, as that one is fouled straight back on the fastball. Staying alive is Melfi.
David Melfi was the catcher for the Mallards on Tuesday night. He was 1 for 4, singled in the sixth. As the 0-2 once again from Blaine Wallen is taken high for ball one. Another pitcher you can expect to see in this game is Colin Murphy for the Woodchucks. And the 1-2 to Melfi. Righty-righty matchup. He stays alive on a fastball by Wallen.
Good piece of hitting by Melfi as chokes up on the bat, 1-2 count, follows off a few pitches, staying alive with runners on second and third, and a big RBI opportunity for him, looking to add to the already 5-0 lead for the Mallards.
1-2 again from Blaine Wallen. Thought about checking the swing, was Melfi, does not come around, and takes the outside spiking curve.
It's a good pitch by Wallen and a good take by Melfi as that pitch sailed down in the left side of the plate, and good hold by Melfi as he works himself a 2-2 count, coming back down from 0-2.
The 2-2. Inside fastball, ball three. Melfi's worked it up all the way from 0-2 count. Now the count is full as he looks to be another base runner in this inning for Madison. The only out still is the strikeout to Kyle Schrodel. And Wallen's first two runs that he would allow are on second and third. That one hit into deep right field. That could be the sixth run of the game for the Mallards as both runners are tagging up, and that will be the case. RBI sac fly for David Melfi, and Madison leads at 6-0 as Jackson Tucker comes home.
Good piece of hitting by Melfi as, like you said, he was down 0-2 in the count. Works a nice full count and then drives one out to right field. Well deep enough to put the Mallards up 6-0. Good sacrifice fly by Melfi. And now the Mallards have batted all the way around, bringing up leadoff hitter Davis Hamilton for the second time in the inning.
15 runs allowed in the first inning of the last 4 games now for Wausau. And now the top of the order is up once again for the Mallards to continue this first inning. Davis Hamilton, who was walked, hits this one, popped up into right field as Anthony McFarland is going to initially call run off, but then it's Trent Van Ness who runs up to make the grab. So the side is finally retired, and Blaine Wallen allows 1 run as 5 of the 6 will be credited to Kevin Cordy, but the Woodchucks now find themselves in another really big hole after the first frame of the game. It's 6-0 Madison here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Madison already up 6-0 as Tommy Meyer finds himself with some incredible run support, trying to pick up his third win of the season. Meyer back out there after only 2 hits by the Mallards and 6 runs in the first. It was 5 base runners allowed by non-hits, initially by Kevin Cordy, who will be earned all 5 runs that scored first, besides the 1 for Blaine Wallen, as Ryan Blackwell leads off the second for the Woodchucks, who left bases loaded, stranded, and 2 runners in scoring position with no outs in the first, trying to get ahead of the game early. And the only hit came to Christian Mitchell in the inning as Ryan Blackwell, the Oral Roberts Golden Eagle from Amarillo, Texas, leads off. The catcher, who was taking some really nice cuts during BP today, now playing in his 9th game as a Woodchuck, batting .240, 6 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs, 4 runs, 6 walks. And last time he played was Game 2 of Monday's doubleheader against the Rafters, where he went 1 for 2, picked up his 6th hit, and was walked as well as scored one of the 5 runs in the 7th inning that forced an extra inning 8th.
You know, you mentioned, Will, that pitch swinging right through it and maybe falling that back is Blackwell, and he's going to be down 1-2. You mentioned that Blackwell taking good swings during batting practice, as Ross Davis mentioned that pretty much all the guys are, and he said that their last couple games of BP have been outstanding, and that he really just hopes they will transfer to the game, as it almost did in the first inning for the Woodchucks.
1-2 to Blackwell. Outside on the fastball goes Meyer. Now 2-2. As Madison now searching for a 3rd straight win and to stay in first place in Great Lakes West. As Blackwell hits one foul, it's going to go into the stands along the right field line. And every time a foul ball is hit here, they say that's a wiener.
That's an interesting tradition here at Warner Park, among many cool traditions they have.
Madison coming off a game last night where they were able to come back against the Lakeshore Chinooks, 3 late runs, as Lakeshore was leading 2-0 into the game late, but Madison came storming back and was able to pick up the win at Capco Park 3-2, which allowed them to stay into first place into today, as Ryan Blackwell is punched out on what looked like it was inside and low, but oh yeah, that was not a strike. Just saw the replay on the monitor. Not a strike at all, but Ryan Blackwell is punched out, so I guess the umpires are off to a great start today as well.
Blackwell even thought that one was a ball as he headed down to first base. Without a doubt in his mind, that was a ball 4.
Paul Hess, the home plate umpire, definitely not calling that ball correctly, as Jacob Boost just got called the ball on a pitch that was more inside and more like in the strike zone than the last one was. Jacob Boost, the UW-Stevens Point pointer, playing second base today for the Woodchucks, fouls off the 1-1. It's now 1-2. As Boost, the native of Littleton, Colorado, playing his 3rd game for the Woodchucks, 2 hits in 5 at-bats that have been recorded. 1 RBI, 2 walks, 1 run. And he was 2 for 2 in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Rafters. 2 singles.
And Boost, a relatively new addition to this Woodchucks team, works a 2-2 count. Looking to see some production from him as he hits with 1 out here in the top of the 2nd, and he lines that one to
single
left field.
And Jacob Boost picks up his 3rd hit as a Woodchuck, so his on-base percentage will continue to increase. Was .571 coming into this game today, as Jacob Boost puts the 2nd hit of the game on the board for the Woodchucks. A little blooper push single into left field by Boost.
That's the production you want to see from a new guy in Jacob Boost, as like you said, bumping up his average a bit, helping the Woodchucks start a rally maybe in the 2nd inning with 1 out.
As that brings up the Eagle, Wisconsin native, soon-to-be Chico State product, transferring from Feather River College in California to Chico State in California. It's Ryan Blanchard, who for the 2nd straight game he's played here in Madison is the beer batter tonight. as Blanchard takes the off-speed just a little outside lefty-righty matchup between Meyer and Blanchard, who's now playing in his 6th game as a Woodchuck, batting .118, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 2 walks, 3 runs, including being 0 for 3 against the Mallards in Tuesday's 3-1 loss. Two-one count between Meyer and Blanchard, who reached on fielder's choice once in Tuesday's loss, as the 2-1 is fouled down the right field line. Ryan Blanchard actually hit a home run in batting practice today over the left field wall. He said that was like the first time he's ever hit a home run with a wood bat in BP. So he felt pretty happy about that. 2-2 to Blanchard. And that is going to be a punch out once again called by Paul Hess. That looked inside. But it's his 2nd strikeout in the inning for Meyer and his 5th now. Every out has come off strikeout for Meyer. And now with 2 outs, that'll bring back up the top of the order in Mike Adair. So both teams have 2 hits, but one happens to have 6 more runs than the other so far.
Yeah, you mentioned 5 Ks already for Tommy Meyer, as Mike Adair put down a bunt and pulls it back, takes ball 1. Meyer 5 Ks and allows 2 hits and 6-0. So Meyer dealing so far.
And that one is down the first base line by Adair, but just goes foul. As first base coach Hudson Bilodeau is going to argue that one stayed fair, and I think it definitely might have for a second. As here's the replay we're looking at. Kind of hard to tell. Just saw the monitor, couldn't really tell. But Ross Davis is out there trying to argue for Adair, and he will not have his way with first base umpire Matt Beaver.
Either way, a good cut by Adair, gets the hands in and pulls it right down the right field line, just foul.
And Adair takes changeup outside for ball 2. Adair was walked in his first at bat, and then got all the way to third off the double by Christian Mitchell. Was not scored though. A part of bases loaded, stranded for the Woodchucks. Ground ball to first base by Adair, and that will do it for the inning. As stepping on the bag himself is Nick Williams. And that will retire the side. The Woodchucks still scoreless here. That's the first non-strikeout for Tommy Meyer. 6-0 Madison to the bottom of the 2nd here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's 2nd favorite.
Whatever.
Blaine Wallen into his 2nd inning of work as a first pitch swinging by Nick Williams was down the left field line, goes foul. Nick Williams, still without a recorded at bat, was hit by a pitch on ball 4, what would have been anyway, from Kevin Cordy. And now it's a righty-righty match between Wallen and Williams, and Wallen has him down 0-2.
Wallen did get out of that inning when he entered with bases loaded, so hopefully he can reset, starts a fresh inning as he gets a fly. That's going to go right behind us here in the press box. 0-2 still on Williams. And as I was saying, Wallen, a fresh start, exactly what you need here. Get back to work, get some quick outs, and hopefully get these Chucks back on offense.
0-2 is hit on the ground. That is to Ryan Blanchard at shortstop, and his throw in time to Anthony McFarland. That's out number one. And out number one a lot faster than the first inning.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, obviously. And Blaine Wallen gets an easy ground out. Good start to this bottom of the second inning as the Chucks look to hold the Mallards scoreless this time around through the batting order.
If you go back to last night after the Chucks allowed 5 first-inning runs to the Raptors did not score again until the 5th, where they would add 2 more in the 5th and 6th. That is going to be a single for Isaiah Jackson. That's picked up in the right field by Trent Van Ness. Isaiah Jackson, first pitch swinging, gets the better of Blaine Wallen. That is the 3rd hit on the board for the Mallards.
Good piece of hitting by Jackson as he sends that one first pitch fastball swinging, gets aggressive, and puts himself on base.
That brings up Keenan Taylor for a second time. Taylor scored the 4th of 6 runs already for the Mallards, who have actually scored their most runs already since the 11-2 win in the doubleheader against Lakeshore on July 23rd. The most they've scored since was 5 in a loss to Lakeshore on July 31st. So these 6 runs, already the most since that July 23rd win against the Chinooks in that doubleheader sweep for the Madison Mallards. So 1-1 now to Keenan Taylor, the Purdue Boilermaker. This is put on the ground to Blanchard. This could be a 6-4-3 double play, and it is. So that will actually retire the side for Wausau as Taylor hits into a 6-4-3, and that will take us into the 3rd. And the Woodchucks only face off against 3 batters here in the 2nd, but Madison leads it 6-0 into the 3rd here from Warner Park.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Tommy Meyer back out there for a 3rd inning. As last time he was out was 5 full against the Green Bay Rockers. Picked up a loss and a 3-1 loss for the Mallards. That was the first loss of the 4-game losing streak for Madison that ran between July 28th and July 31st. As he is facing off against Christian Mitchell for a second time. Mitchell got the better of this matchup in the 1st inning where he hit the double One of 2 hits on the board for the Chucks so far. Christian Mitchell down 0-2 already to Tommy Meyer, who already has struck out 5 in this game as Mitchell stays alive on the 0-2 fastball. Meyer, the most strikeouts he had in a game this season was 8 against Kenosha in a 14-4 win here at Warner Park. He also had 7 in a game against Green Bay, and he also picked up a win in. His last win came against Green Bay on July 13th in a 6-5 win for the Mallards. The last time out, 5 innings on the mound for Tommy Meyer, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. 1-2 to Christian Mitchell, and he will just take the fastball a little outside for ball 2.
Meyer showing him why he's an all-star, as he did make an appearance in the Great Lakes West All-Star game, pitched to, as that one hit out to deep left field.
Christian Mitchell.
One off the fence, has the second base is Mitchell, and he's going to have a stand-up double here to lead off the top of the 3rd inning.
Christian Mitchell's second double of the game already.
Great piece of hitting by Mitchell as he barreled that one off to left field, came off the fence, and he's on second base for a good part of the order for the Woodchucks as they look to put themselves on the board. And that'll bring up Mark Schellenberger.
This is where leaving those 3 runners stranded in the first could really hurt the Woodchucks, as Mitchell is the leadoff man aboard at second already. He's now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Christian Mitchell having himself a very nice game so far. Picks up his 15th and 16th hits, as well as his 4th and 5th doubles on the season now for the Woodchucks infielder, who is playing DH today, as Mark Schallenberg is up for a second time, and the 1-0 does not hit the low outside corner for ball 2. Mark Schallenberg was called out in the 9th inning last night on arguably the worst strike I've ever seen called in my life.
That was a tough one to watch over at Athletic Park as Schallenberg struck out in the 9th. Falls that one down the right field line.
Strike 1 to Mark Schallenberger, who did hit his 4th home run as a Woodchuck yesterday in the loss to the Rafters. And like I mentioned, after Mike Adair got on base to lead off that inning with no outs, Mark Schallenberger was struck out on a 1-2 count. That was a low inside curveball from Bachmore, the pitcher for the Rafters last night in the 9th, who picked up the save as Schallenberger hits one down the right field line, and it's going to go foul.
Schellenberger obviously seeing the ball very well in the last few games he's played, as he had struggled in July for a while, had gone a few games without a hit, and coming here tonight after last night hitting a home run, 3-run home run to right field as he drives that one foul.
2-2 again from Schallenberger. It's a ground ball put down to Davis Hamilton. That will advance the lead runner in Mitchell to 3rd. So that almost works like a sacrifice as Schallenberger grounds out on the right side of the infield for out number 1.
Yep, Schallenberger doing his job, moving Mitchell with only 1 out now. Still good for the Woodchucks as Mike McGinnis comes to the plate.
Mike McGinnis up for the second time, was struck out in his first at-bat, 1 of 5 so far by Tommy Meyer. Lefty-righty matchup as McGinnis hits the first pitch he sees on a line into center field, and it's past Isaiah Jackson. Mike McGinnis is going ahead into second base, and he's looking for his second double in the past 2 games. He has it standing up. RBI double for Mike McGinnis puts the Chucks on the board.
That one looked a lot like the one Mitchell hit, pretty much the same spot. Narrowed it off on the fastball, getting really aggressive, as that's something we've seen from Mike McGinnis all season, is he likes to swing first pitch fastball, and getting that one all the way out to left field, 1 hop to the fence, and put the Chucks on the board. Good quality hitting here from the Woodchucks from Mitchell, Schallenberger, and Mike McGinnis.
McGinnis did put the Chucks on the board last night. His RBI double in the 6th put Wausau, gave Wausau 1 in the run column, I should say, as Mike McGinnis has done the exact same thing here, but a lot earlier in the game. It's the 3rd, and Wausau has their first run. As Trent Van Ness is up for the second time, he takes the 0-1 inside on the off-speed pitch by Tommy Meyer. Trent Van Ness was walked in his first at-bat against Meyer. That was on 4 pitches as well. So the 1-1 to the UW Stevens Point pointer, Trent Van Ness, as that one is hit into the right field stands. And the reason it's called Wiener here in Madison was that originally the Oscar Mayer headquarters was pretty much right across the street here from Warner Park, and at ball games used to be able to trade in a foul ball for a wiener. As Trent Van Ness swings and misses through the 1-2. And that'll be a 6th strikeout for Trent Van Ness.
Tommy Meyer, rather, picking up the 6K here tonight as he gets Van Ness swinging right through that one. Tommy Meyer getting guys backward Ks and swinging right through that one, just like Trent Van Ness, and he works 2 outs with Mike McGinnis still at second base.
McGinnis is off to third, and he is going to slide in safely. Mike McGinnis picks up his 3rd stolen base in the last 2 games, as that was a first pitch high fastball to Anthony McFarland, and McGinnis now has eclipsed 10 stolen bases on the season.
Yeah, great jump from McGinnis as first pitch and the at-bat for McFarland. He just took off and slid in there safely as that pitch is good for a strike on the inside half of the plate from Tommy Meyer. 1-1 now on McFarland.
If McFarland can pick up a 5th hit for the Woodchucks in this game now, they will add their 2nd run as McGinnis is right there at third, 90 feet away, hoping to be scored as McFarland fouls off the 1-1, and now the count is 1-2.
Something to note here, being at Warner Park, is that the backstop is very large, and anything that goes past catcher David Melfi will likely be a run scored.
1-2 to McFarland is swung and missed that. He is struck out for the 2nd time, and that will strand McGinnis on the base path. But McGinnis does hit an RBI double that scores Christian Mitchell, and the Woodchucks have their 1st run. So something at least has drawn blood for Wausau, and they will be back out on defense when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's 2nd favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Will Charlton Chase Kmosena coming at you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network, rather. Used to saying the Northwoods League Baseball Network at home. That's what I'll be saying on Sunday again. But the next 4 games we'll play are here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Tomorrow will just be me. Chase is leaving me, sadly.
Yeah, sorry about that, Will. I'm having a great time here tonight, although the Chucks are losing 1-6. It's been nice to be here at Warner Park with you as that one slide is going to end up.
Ryan Blackwell is calling for it in foul territory. His foul flying out is Liam Moreno for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
As I was saying, Will, it's an honor to be here, especially with you. You do a great job for the Woodchucks on both networks, the Woodchucks Baseball Network and the Northwoods League Baseball Network, and it's an honor to be here, and I appreciate it.
Much appreciated, my friend. Much appreciated. That brings up Jackson Tucker. The St. John's Red Storm I guess that's how you would say that, because their mascot is the Red Storm, native of Staten Island, New York. Hit the first of 3 hits for the Mallards in his first at-bat against Wallen. He's now down 0-2, though, is the right fielder for the Mallards, Jackson Tucker.
Well, Wallen coming in. As we mentioned, he came in that first inning, bases loaded, and he's done pretty well after allowing 2 hits in the first. And gets a strikeout there on Jackson Tucker. Great pitch, got him on the high fastball. Swing right through that one and works quickly and has 2 outs already.
It's also now the second strikeout for Blaine Wallen, who was looking to actually go 1-2-3 here in the third. Did force the double play in the second that only allowed him to face 3 batters, as now it's Cal Fisher who puts this one on the ground. It's going to go into left field, so that'll keep the inning alive, as Fisher is now 2 for 2. And he has swung at each of the first pitches he swung at in both at-bats now.
Yeah, another good piece of hitting there by Cal Fisher. First pitch, fastball, and great piece of hitting. That's what I always do on first pitch. Can sit fastball most of the time. Maybe not here in the Northwoods League against these quality pitchers, but obviously getting a good hold of that one and drives it right past shortstop in Ryan Blanchard.
Cal Fisher, 25th hit now of the season after his double in the first, the RBI double, as Ryan Blackwell blocks the outside low spiking curveball from Blaine Wallen. The first pitch to Kyle Schrodel, who was struck out, and the first out of the inning in the first, and he is batting in the 8 hole. So if you're just joining us, you know the first inning probably wasn't a very good one for Wausau on defense, as all 7 Mallards who hit before Schrodel reach base at least, and actually 6 of the 7 scored.
And how many of them were on base on balls or walks? I believe it was 5.
5.
Yep. As Wallen came in and only gave up 2 hits, and all those runs, except for 1, got accredited to Cordy.
5 of the 6 in the first were runs of Kevin Cordy, and then the 6th was a run credit to Wallen off an RBI sac fly by David Melfi. That would allow Jackson Tucker to score on that, as it is a 3-0 count to Kyle Schrodel already, as Wallen has not allowed a walk yet. And that will not change, but Schrodel has the green light on 3-0 and hits a single into right field. Interesting.
That's kind of surprising hack there from Schrodel, as he took that one to opposite field. Wasn't the best pitch to swing at, even at a 3-0. A little on the outside half, maybe a ball, maybe a strike, but sends that one out to right field, goes to opposite field, and the Mallards are back in business here in the bottom of the 3rd inning after Wallen had looked pretty spotless in this inning and still needs to get himself out of it.
Not really too sure as to why Donnie Scott gave him the green light on that, as that ball hits the inside shoulder of David Melfi. So that'll be the first non-hit base runner allowed. Oh, it did not hit David Melfi. It looked, he put his bat down and took his elbow pad off, indicating that he might have been hit by the pitch, but no, it's just Schrodel and Fisher advancing base on the pass ball. So 1-0 now to Melfi, and that nearly hit him, and that did hit him. Okay, so that did hit him. That was like the exact same spot, too.
Yeah, so Wallen, who had looked very good in this 3rd inning, looked like he might get the chucks up the bat really fast. 1-2-3 inning, has now lowered the bases on a couple hits and a hit by pitch. And that'll bring up the top of the order for Davis Hamilton, as he sees the batter's box for the 3rd time already in as many innings.
Ground ball down the first base line. It's into the glove of Anthony McFarland, pitching by Davis Hamilton, and that will retire the side. So the Mallards strand 3 base runners, leave them all on base. And that will take us into the 4th, where Madison leads at 6-1. Wausau has not allowed a run since the 1st.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me early.
He sure gave us a...
Yeah, but he's perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
It'll be Ryan Blackwell leading off the fourth inning for the Woodchucks here. Tommy Myers still out there for Madison. Expect him to go 5 if he definitely can, as Ryan Blackwell takes the first pitch low on a changeup by Meyer. Blackwell was fanned and struck out looking in his first at-bat. Backwards K on a punch-out for Meyer. One of his 7 strikeouts, which he's 1 away now from his season high that we mentioned came back in that game against the Kenosha Kingfish.
Could say that Tommy Meyer is dealing as he gets 7 of 9 batters on strikeouts, and in a very good position here to tie or take his new record for strikeouts in an appearance this year.
Trying to pick on a team who has been slumping big time lately. 2-1 to Blackwell is fouled off. It'll be 2-2.
Tommy Meyer to face 7, 8, 9, starting with Ryan Blackwell. As you mentioned, Will, Chucks look to have consecutive scoring innings as they scored last inning with the Mike McGinnis RBIs. That one's grounded to third base, and it's bobbled and goes out into left field. And Blackwell's headed to second base, and he's going to be in the stand-up air.
That'll be an error on third baseman Keenan Taylor. He tried to field it, but it went over his head after he bobbled it initially, and then it goes into left field. So Ryan Blackwell able to get to second on the first error of the game.
Good heads-up base running by Blackwell. He's obviously not the fastest guy in this Woodchucks lineup, but gets to second base on the air.
That is a nice way to start off for the Woodchucks, as that's back-to-back innings now with a leadoff man at second base. Christian Mitchell led off the third with a double, and now Ryan Blackwell on with an E5 to start off the top of the fourth here, as Wausau is just trying to find ways to chip away at this 6-0 lead, and Jacob Boos is up for the second time. He hit a single in the second, his third hit as a Woodchuck in only 3 games, so if I'm doing the math there right, that is 1 hit per game, right? I'm no mathematician, but I think that makes sense.
We are not mathematicians, Will Charlton.
1-1 to Jacob Boos. Way outside and has to duck under the curveball, does Jacob Boos.
Luckily, Boos isn't that tall of a guy, as he ducks right under that one, no problem.
I mean, it went right over his back like a little rainbow.
Could have taken one for the team there, would have ended up at first base, no outs.
2-1, fouls it off. Oh, that hit the zip line. That hit the mascot of the Mallards, Maynard zip line. Their mascot slides down from right field on a zip line to start every game. Maynard the Mallard. By no means as cool as Woody Woodchuck, of course.
Absolutely not.
And Boos is down swinging. He foul tips one into the glove of David Melfi, and that will be an 8th strikeout in now 3 1/3 pitched by Tommy Meyer. He has tied his season high. One more will give him his most strikeouts in a game this season.
Tommy Meyer once again gets the fan as swinging right through the fastball was Jacob Boos. Woodchucks still with a good opportunity as Blackwell's at second. And that will bring up the 9-hitter in Ryan Blanchard.
So Ryan Blanchard, who was also struck out by Tommy Meyer in his first at bat, as going back to second is going to be Blackwell. And David Melfi nearly tried to pick off Blackwell all the way from home on a throw over to Davis Hamilton, was covering the bag. Oh, that would have been really impressive if he was able to throw out Melfi there, or Blackwell rather, as ball 3 to Ryan Blanchard.
That throw down to second is Melfi almost threw out his companion catcher in Blackwell.
And the 3-0 to Blanchard is going to catch the inner half for strike 1. The most strikeouts in a game this season against the Woodchucks were 11 by Amar Sengeg of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. That came in a game on the second half opener on the 4th of July, as Blanchard will be walked on 5 pitches.
Amar Sengeg, another guy who the Woodchucks have seen a lot of and have struggled with, as they are so far tonight against Tommy Meyer. Similar styles, as the Woodchucks have seen a lot of struggles against Amar Sengeg along with Tommy Meyer with striking out, and the Woodchucks give Tommy Meyer his season high in 8 Ks tonight, as Mike Adair brings up the top of the order.
Runners on first and second for Adair. As Chase, you are a big Amar Sengeg guy.
How could I not be? He's a very good pitcher, and we've seen a lot of him as a Woodchucks employee.
1-0 to Mike Adair. Lefty-lefty matchup. Is that one put into the glove of Melfi? That one gets away from the Mallard catcher. More than likely, both base runners in Blackwell and Blanchard are advancing to third and second. But David Melfi puts it into his glove, as we do have action in the Mallards bullpen. It looks like, to our eyes, that's Jack Turner warming up for Madison, as Blackwell is off to third, and he is going to be safe. So that's a double steal for the Woodchucks, as Blackwell got a great jump on Tommy Meyer. A fantastic jump.
Great jump by Blackwell as he slid in without a problem. And Blackwell, like I said, not very fast, but puts the Woodchucks in a great position here with only 1 out and a 3-0 count on the leadoff hitter, Mike Adair.
3-0 to Adair is going to be low. That will load the bases for the Woodchucks, and they have now loaded bases for the second time in this game. And look who's coming to the plate. It's Mr. Double, as Donnie Scott is going to call to the bullpen. He has seen enough out of Meyer. That's going to draw Jack Turner into the game. And while Jack Turner warms up, we'll step aside for a quick moment here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Wausau has bases loaded.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Coming on for the Mallards and making his debut is Jack Turner, and he nearly throws a first pitch fastball that hits the inside arm of Christian Mitchell. So now 1-0 to the Cincinnati Bearcat from the product of Suffolk County Community College, who goes fastball, hits the low outside corner for Jack Turner. First appearance with the Mallards. And the 1-1 to Mitchell is low and outside, and nearly just allowing that ball to get into his glove is Melfi, who makes a stop that probably prevented a run from scoring. As 90 feet away is Ryan Blackwell. And then at second is Ryan Blanchard. And at first is Mike Adair, who has walked for the second time in the game. 2-1 count to Christian Mitchell, who is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles against Jack Turner. Don't get him confused with Jackson Turner, the right fielder for the Mallards. That one's low on another fastball for Turner. Suffolk Community College product, JUCO in New York. That Jack Turner's from. 3-1 is an elevated fastball that just clips the zone. And the payoff pitch now with runners all on board will be a walk to Mitchell. And he drives in a run. So he stays 2 for 2 but adds an RBI. And the Woodchucks keep bases loaded and now have a second run.
The Woodchucks taking advantage of Jack Turner's debut as Mitchell works himself a walk. He's having himself a night as he has, I believe, 2 doubles and a walk now. And the Woodchucks are in business here with 1 out, and the home run hitter from last night, Mark Schallenberger, headed to the plate.
Schallenberger, 0 for 2 in the game. Can capitalize facing off against a right-handed batter who he did hit a home run against last night. The right-handed batting McCunna Foe for the Rafters at 7th inning, 3-run home run. And he has bases loaded here. He is the tying run at the plate currently. 1-0 from the Mallards pitching Jack Turner. And now it's 2-0 to Schallenberger. As David Melfi checked back to third base. And Ryan Blanchard, but to no avail. Jack Turner, a guy who comes in after 12 appearances this season with Suffolk Community College. And now it's 3-0 to Schallenberger.
Mark Schallenberger draws a visit from the pitching coach for the Mallards as he's in a great spot here to put some more runs on the board. He would be the tying run here in this inning.
Sean Brown, the pitching coach for the Mallards, heading out there to talk things over with Turner, who has already walked Mitchell, and now is a 3-0 count to Mark Schallenberger. The Evansville ace from St. Louis, Missouri, who, like mentioned, did hit His 4th home run of the summer last night, and only 18 games played now for the Woodchucks coming into this game tonight. Schallenberger, 21 hits now, averages just over 1 per game.
So like Kevin Cordy, Jack Turner is struggling here so far in his debut in the Northwoods League, and tough situation he was brought into, obviously, here in the 4th inning, as the Woodchucks have already notched 1 run.
3-0 is going to be outside and high, and now it's 6-3. Wausau walks in another run, and the bases will stay loaded with only 1 out still.
No, well, this is something we haven't seen from the Chucks in a while, as early on in the season, when we were down 5-0, 6-0, we weren't really as worried, as it felt like our bats were able to pick us up, and maybe that's what we're seeing signs of tonight, as Mark Schallenberger draws a walk, and the Woodchucks have now cut the lead from 6-0 to 3-6.
And because of that, Donnie Scott is going to make another call to the bullpen, only picking up not even picking up an out, was Jack Turner. He just goes 0.0 plus, and that will draw a new pitcher into the game for the Mallards. We'll introduce him when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Wausau has a little something working here in the top of the 4th inning, as bases are still loaded, and Madison has made another call to the bullpen after 0.0 plus on the mound for Jack Turner's Madison debut. That brings in Sam Duvall into the game. Sam Duvall's 6th appearance with a 1-0 record, a 7.71 ERA, and 7 full innings of work. Has walks and hits per innings pitched of 1.86, and opposing batting average of 382. 13 hits allowed, 6 runs all earned, 7 strikeouts, no walks for the right-hander Sam Duvall of Polk State University.
Woodchucks looking to take advantage of the new pitcher who was brought into a bases-loaded situation here in the 4th.
As Mike McGinnis takes first pitch slider for strike 1 from Sam Duvall, native of Cape Coral, Florida. Mike McGinnis, bases loaded here. McGinnis is 1 for 2 with that RBI double he hit back in the 3rd. He puts this one down the left field line and just goes foul. Oh, that would have had a bounce to get into left field as well over the head of Keenan Taylor, and that could have potentially made this a 6-5 ball game.
Yeah, well, this is the part of the order that the Woodchucks want to have off, as McGinnis has been hot. 2 doubles in the last 2 games. Obviously, he's fast in the base pass here in the last 2 games, as well as 3 stolen bases, 2 last night and 1 already here today. So Mike McGinnis, very good hitter that you want at the plate if you're a Woodchucks fan.
0-2 from Duvall. And laying off the outside off-speed pitches, McGinnis.
Something to mention is that the Mallards do have a double play in.
Absolutely.
And that is something that could potentially end this inning and this rally here for the Woodchucks. McGinnis looking to get some maybe in the air.
1-2 is a breaking ball taken outside.
And if you're McGinnis here on this 2-2 count, he's probably just looking to put the ball in play, as even a sacrifice fly will do here with Adair, who has some wheels over at third base.
Already 2 runs here in the 4th. Can we add another as McGinnis fouls off the 2-2 heater?
Good job staying alive by Mike McGinnis. Fouls that one back behind us here. And he's battling here, trying to get these Chucks and cut that lead in half.
Last time out for Duval was in a 12-5 loss against Lakeshore that just came the other night on Monday, as McGinnis takes the 2-2 inside on a fastball. The count's now full. First 2 runs have been walked in this inning. He went 1 full on the mound, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs all earned against Lakeshore in the 12-5 loss on Monday night here at Warner Park. Payoff pitch to McGinnis, and he swings and misses through what would have been ball 4 on a breaking ball. He couldn't lay off it. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, Mike McGinnis had a very good at-bat there, worked himself a full count, and then swung at ball 4, and he's going to be hurting after that one there in the dugout. He's going to want that one back here. His base is loaded, striking out, and 2 outs now for the Mallards as Trent Van Ness heads to the plate.
Trent Van Ness is 0 for 1 with a walk. He did hit the home run against the Mallards on Tuesday night. The 1 Wausau run they scored in that game. And if he can do that again, that would actually give the Woodchucks the lead.
Yeah, Trent Van Ness, second home run coming at Warner Park with the base loaded. That would be truly something.
0-1 taken outside on a fastball from Duval. And just to think, if McGinnis got on base there would still be 1 out, and Van Ness up to the plate here, a guy who can hit fly balls. And he would have been able to possibly make this game 6-5, but now it's 6-3 and bases stay loaded. 1-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. That was a nice pitch by Duval.
Yeah, great pitch there by Duval. Spins that curveball in and just catches the inside zone. Tough pitch for any righty to hit. And Van Ness is now down 1-2 in the count.
Like Chase said, the 1-2 to Van Ness is going to be fouled off on the same exact kind of breaking ball. Sliding curve motion from Sam Duval.
He's obviously very confident in that pitch, as he doesn't want to waste one and have it go all the way back to the backside with Mike Adair at third. So he's very confident throwing that pitch in the breaking ball, and we'll see what he has here for Van Ness.
1-2 again. Van Ness hits this one into right field, and it's Jackson Tucker who is tracking it, and he will make the grab. Trent Van Ness tried to push it, and that is where, like I said, if McGinnis lays off the breaking ball, there would still be 1 out left in this inning and only a 1-run ball game. But Wausau chips in a little bit more, and it is 6-3 Mallards as we head into the bottom of the 4th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Blaine Wallen still at the pitch for Wausau as he is first facing off against Nick Williams to start off the fourth inning here. The first baseman for the Mallards in this game tonight. Williams 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and the second of 6 runs scored. Ground ball to Ryan Blanchard, and he will make the throw for out number 1 to Anthony McFarland.
The Woodchucks helping out Wallen there in the top half of the fourth inning, give him 2 runs and cutting the lead to 6-3. A little inspiring for Wallen as he works here in the bottom half of the fourth.
Blaine Wallen already with 2 full, I guess he would say 3 full innings under his belt, because he did come in with no outs in the first, now into his 4th inning of work, you could say, as that is a nice pitch on the changeup to Isaiah Jackson for strike 1.
Yeah, Will, Wallen has looked very good here tonight. Has not allowed a run. He has allowed 1 as that one is fouled off to left side, and the count will go to 1-1. And like I was saying, Wallen, only the 1 run allowed, is doing a great job controlling the zone, getting ground balls, fly balls, and he is dealing here so far.
Isaiah Jackson puts this one on the ground. It's to Ryan Blanchard again, and that will be back-to-back 6-3 groundouts. That will put outs number 1 and 2 on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. So Wausau showing some life here after going down early in this game, 6-0, 3 unanswered runs by the Woodchucks, as in a game that felt it was lost after inning number 1. Wausau has found a way to just chip back into this and get back into a comfortable range. I mean, they have left 6 runners on base in 2 different innings combined, those being the first and that last inning in the 4th. But 4 walks working the counts for the Woodchucks shows they are seeing the ball better lately, as the 0-1 gets away from Ryan Blanchard, or Keenan Taylor and Ryan Blackwell behind the plate.
You know, well, if these Chucks do want to come back, as they have started to chip away, it all starts with our guy on the mound in Blaine Wallen.
Absolutely.
Keeping the Mallards at 6 runs, as he has done a good job of so far. Loses that one, 2-1 count now. But Wallen holding these Mallards scoreless in the last 3 innings he has worked.
2-1 now to Keenan Taylor, and that'll be strike 2 on an off-speed pitch. Keenan Taylor 0 for 1 with that hit by pitch and the run in the first. He grounded into the 6-4-3 double play that ended the second last time he was up, as he takes inside ball 3. The count is now full with 2 outs to Keenan Taylor.
And props to Blaine Wallen for coming into that base loaded situation. He knew he was probably going to pitch today, but I'm not quite sure he was ready for what he was thrown into.
Keenan Taylor on the ground. Nice scoop by McGinnis at third, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning on 3 groundouts. Blaine Wallen has gone 4 full innings on the mound, and he has looked very nice after giving up that first run in the first. 3 straight zeros on the board for the Mallards, and this game is 6-3 as Chase Kmosena will take over play-by-play responsibilities for the next couple of innings here when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
We are back here in the 5th inning. Woodchucks notch 2 in the 4th inning, and it is now 3-6 as set to lead off for the Woodchucks is Anthony McFarland. The Woodchucks will send 6, 7, 8 against pitcher in Sam Duvall as he is back for another inning of work. McFarland swings through the first pitch, and he is down 0-1 as that one from Duvall is lost and goes right behind McFarland. McFarland early in a 1-1 count.
McFarland having a pretty good day at the plate so far. Just kidding.
Does have 2 Ks, 2 strikeouts so far for McFarland. He's looking to turn that around and make the rest of his day a better day at the plate as he looks and takes the 1-1. It is now 1-2 as that one caught the inner half. The fastball from Sandoval. And from the windup is Duvall. And that one is left high. Sam Duvall came into the 4th when the Woodchucks were striking with bases loaded and did get out of the inning with no further damage. As that one is hit by McFarland through the gap in short and third, and McFarland has finally reached base. And I think Will Charlton is to thanks for that one as
a little foreshadow. What can I say?
McFarland is now base hit. He is now having a nice day at the plate as he reaches first, leading off this inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher in Ryan Blackwell. Blackwell did reach last inning, I believe, and had a stolen base, and I believe he reached on the air, got all the way to second as first pitch swinging is popped out.
And Chase, now that is the 4th time of 5 innings the leadoff man has been aboard for the Chucks in this game.
And that is something we have seen from them throughout the season, and it always leads to runs, and that's what they're looking to do here in the bottom of the order, which started the production last inning. As Blackwell bounces that one foul, he'll be down 0-2 to start this at-bat.
And the ball going with the fastball there, trying to get ahead of the count as Blackwell is now down 0-2. Blackwell, a guy who got to second base in the leadoff at-bat due to an error committed by third baseman Keenan Taylor. See if he can do it again.
And the 0-2, that one is curveball that did not catch the zone, left high, and Blackwell takes it. 1-2 now for Blackwell. And Will, I'm wondering, as last inning the Woodchucks had production from the bottom of the order, how do you think that will help them, and how big is that for this Chucks team that has not seen that much production in this 9-game losing streak? As that one for Blackwell is left high, another curveball, and just high, and is now 2-2. And back to my point, Will, what do you think about the bottom of the order getting all the production last inning?
Well, you know, for a team who's lost 9 straight, seeing the bottom of the order pick up their bats and get it going, it's motivating for the rest of the guys to get it going as Blackwell does come around on the check swing. So that'll be a strikeout for Duvall. But like I was saying, seeing guys like McFarland reach, guys like Booth reach, and guys like even Blanchard reaching, it just shows that these guys are closer than they think to winning a game for the first time in a while. It has been 2 weeks since they've won one, so they still do have the 3 last run score in this game. Let's see if they can add some more here. Only 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Will, as Jacob Booth is to hit here in the 5th, and I think that the first win to end a losing streak is probably the biggest. And
absolutely,
I think that just getting over the confidence that has been lost and just finding a way to win is something that they haven't done, and hopefully they're able to do tonight as Booth swings at the 1-1 and fouls it back. 1-0. It is now 1-1 with 1 out here.
Jacob Booth, the guy who we've talked about, does have 3 hits already. Now just 3 games played in his return to Wausau. A guy who played in 7 games for the Woodchucks last summer and also played with the Woodchucks in the playoffs. So a total of 10 games actually with Wausau. If you count the playoff games, as he swings and misses at the 1-1, it's now 1-2.
And Jacob Boo is among many guys who are new faces to this Wausau Woodchucks team, as the Woodchucks have pretty much emptied house and allowed new guys to join the team. As a check back over at first base, and back is Ryan Blackwell, excuse me. And like I was saying, a lot of new faces for the Woodchucks, trying to put it together, have not done it yet, but are looking to do it tonight as they're going to need a comeback. But Blackwell takes off to second to throw down, and Blackwell is safe. He's going to have another stolen base as back-to-back innings. Excuse me, that was McFarland over at first as Blackwell struck out. But
Chase McFarland puts the double play ball out of effect with that stolen base. Pretty aggressive base running by the Woodchucks tonight, as McFarland now picks up what is his first stolen base as a Woodchuck.
The Chucks getting aggressive on the base pass, playing some small ball. Might see a bunt here from the left-handed Jacob Booz, but not in this at-bat as he has 2 strikes on him already. And swinging that one, fouls it off on the left side. That one's going to be out of play. And as they say here at Warner Park, that's a wiener. And that's pretty cool that we got the story here for you on how that whole tradition started, as I would never
for sure.
have guessed.
It's a definitely legit story about how that term came about here at Warner Park, absolutely.
As checking on McFarland is pitcher Sandoval, as he just nonchalantly throws one over so he doesn't have a balk or anything. Disengagement is the word I was looking for. That's the new rule that they have implemented here in the Northwoods League and the major leagues.
Let's keep this in mind. Sometimes if a pitcher does just throw it back to the bag without them covering it, it could still be a disengagement. We've seen it a couple times. Just kind of depends on how the umpire calls it. This crew, for example, of Paul Hess, Matt Beaver, and Gaskin, Jeremy Gaskin did not call it a disengagement, but
yeah, it's an
other crews will do that sometimes.
Interesting rule that has now been implemented here in baseball and has maybe changed the game a little bit, as the 2-2 swinging right through that one, and a second strikeout on the day for Jacob Booz, and the second for Duval in this inning, as that will bring up Ryan Blanchard with 2 outs in the 5th, and his teammate McFarland still at second base. Blanchard did come around to score last inning and does also have 1 strikeout here in this game. And Duval's 0-0, and that one is flied to right field. Should be a routine for right fielder, and it is. Jackson Tucker makes the catch, and that is the 3rd out of the top of the 5th inning. The Woodchucks put strand one on base and strike out 2 batters. Duval dealing here through 5. We are headed to the bottom half of the 5th inning, where the Mallards will look to put themselves on the board for the first time since the 1st. You're listening to the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Blaine Wallen, who has gone 4 full innings already, is set to work here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And he's going to face Liam Moreno for the Mallards. Liam Moreno, the 5 hitter here, as Wallen will face 5, 6, 7, and the 1-0 pitch is good for strike 1. Fastball right down the middle.
And Chase Blaine Wallen has been having a fantastic night on the bump ever since that first where he looked a little shaky after coming into that situation. And then again, who wouldn't when you come into a bases loaded situation with no outs? Who wouldn't look a little shaky? But ever since then, Blaine Wallen has settled down nicely. The Ripon College man is having a nice third appearance for the Woodchucks.
And that one is flied by Moreno. It's on the foul side of third base, and almost making the catch was third baseman McGinnis, and he does not. It falls right before he was able to get to the wall, and that would have been a big out here for the Chucks.
Yeah, Mike nearly had the angle on it, but the ball kind of looked like it was right next to the netting and that concrete wall right next to the Mallards bullpen. So it would have been a really tough play from McGinnis to make, but if he would have caught it, it would have been fantastic, obviously, but instead, it's now 2-2 count to Moreno.
And the pitch, that one's going to be flied, should be routine, and center fielder, and it's going to be right fielder in Trent Van Ness who comes up with it. And just like that, the Chucks have 1 out. And we have seen a lot of this from Wallen up to this point in fly balls and ground balls.
5 straight retired batters now for Blaine Wallen as well, going back to the third one, 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. And now forces the first out here in the 5th off a flyout. Thanks to Trent Van Ness, who came up from right field on the push by Liam Moreno, trying to find a way if he can maybe put one down, but got a little too under it on the push try. And that brings up Jackson Tucker for a third time.
Tucker, the 1-0, and that's lined to center field. A solid base hit, and he'll be at first base here with 1 out. Very good piece of hitting here by Tucker.
Second single of the game for the St. John's product, Jackson Tucker. A couple singles now for the right fielder of the Mallards, and Tucker trying to spark some offense for the Mallards. Not a run since a 6-run first. And that'll bring up Cal Fisher to the plate. Tucker's on second.
The throw down is not going to be in time, as it looked very good. A good throw from Ryan Blackwell, something we may have not seen as well of this year, as Blackwell has struggled behind the dish, and that throw looked very good. A good jump, though, from Tucker as he makes it to second base, and now the Mallards are threatening with a runner in scoring position, and that one's going to be fouled, and manager in Donnie Scott makes the play.
Donnie Scott, 11th year man here in Madison. Long-time tenured Madison Mallards manager. 2-time Northwoods League champion as a manager as well. Very historic resume to Donnie Scott.
And swinging through that 0-2 pitch and gets the strikeout on Cal Fisher. Good pitch there by Blaine Wallen, and a big one as he has 2 outs here now in the 5th inning. Will, that was a great pitch there by Wallen.
Yeah, and that's also just kind of a breath of fresh air for Wallen as well. That's the first time Fisher has ever retired in this game. He was 2 for 2, with that 2-RBI double hit in the first as well coming into that plate appearance. And Wallen picks up a strikeout, and there's a ground ball hit right back to Wallen by Strodel. And Chase, that does it here for the bottom of the 5th.
Blaine Wallen now 5 full innings, has not allowed a run since the first, and he is having a solid outing. Hasn't gotten that many Ks, but a lot of balls on the ground and in the air. We are headed to the 6th, where the Woodchucks will look to put themselves back on the board here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
It is a night of debuts as Kevin Cordy and Jack Tucker, along with myself, Chase Kmosena, are making our Northwoods League debuts. We're having a great time tonight, and here to introduce the new...
Chase, you can say the thing, by the way, if you want to.
I can say it?
You can say the thing.
All right, we're going to restart this introduction as Chase Kmosena and Will Charlton coming at you here tonight in Madison for my Northwoods League debut. I'm having a great time. Will, care to introduce the new pitcher for the Mallards?
Absolutely. On the mound now for Madison is number 20, the right-hander from Illinois Wesleyan University. It's Daylen Banks, coming for the second time as a Mallard. And from Springfield, Illinois, 6'1", sophomore right-hander who made his Madison debut, against the Final Act Dock Spiders in a 4-1 loss this past Sunday. Went one floating on the mound, walked one, and struck out one in 4 batters' face, and he'll be facing off first against the leadoff man Mike Adair here in the top of the 6th inning.
Mike Adair, a guy we talked about who is leading off, and he, as Will said, is very excited to do so and has done a great job tonight as he has been stranded at third base twice this afternoon, and the 0-1 pitch is no good for 1-1 count now on Mike Adair.
Mike Adair put together 3 really good at-bats in this game so far, a couple of walks as well. 0 for 1. Let's see if he can put a hit on the board.
Great pitch there as Mike Adair check swings on the breaking ball from Banks, and he is now down 1-2.
Mike Adair looking for hit number 21 of the season still.
And following that one off, staying alive, 1-2 count is Mike Adair. Mike Adair has all the tools of a great leadoff hitter.
Very tough out is the Dayton Flyer. Does not go down easily.
And the Chucks have been very good at the start of the order the entire season, as the 1-2 is low on the fastball. 2-2 now as Mike Adair is picking up for Dalton Pearson, who was the leadoff hitter for the majority of the season and did a great job, was an all-star. And Mike Adair back at the leadoff spot here with the Chucks and fouls that one off on the left side and out of play.
Once again, another really good at-bat so far by Mike Adair, just trying to stay alive. He's now fouled off a couple and has worked the count back up from 0-2. Let's see if he can keep going.
And the 2-2 from Banks is lined to right field, and Mike Adair is going to reach base again. He rounds, and he's headed to second as it was bobbled in the outfield. The throw is not going to be in time. Michael Adair on second with a stand-up double, maybe a single with an air, and I believe it will go down as an error, as it was the right fielder in Tucker who bobbled it that allowed Adair to second base. And like Will said, Mike Adair, a really tough out.
Now the 5th time of 6 innings, the leadoff man has been aboard for the Woodchucks. And if you go back to the 1st inning, Mike Adair now leading off on base for the 2nd time in the game. He walked in the 1st and now has himself his 21st hit of the season here to start off
I would say he's doing a great job at the leadoff hitter, as that will bring up Christian Mitchell, who does have a double here tonight. And that one gets behind catcher Melfi, and Adair's on third here with no outs, and Christian Mitchell at the plate. Woodchucks trying to strike here in the sixth, as they have not scored a run since the fourth against the new pitcher in Banks.
Exactly right, Chase. Mike Adair now 90 feet away from making this game one run closer and trying to add the fourth unanswered run for Wausau. Woodchucks just trying to find a way to string together a few at-bats here, maybe score a couple more runs, get themselves back into this thing. Christian Mitchell can get on base. Look who's on deck. And he can tie this game with one swing of the bat as well.
That
Shallow right field wall here. Mark Schallenberger on deck. And 2-0 count to Christian Mitchell, who was 2 for 2 with two doubles and an RBI. Now it's 3-0 to Mitchell.
3-0 on Christian Mitchell, who's looking to reach base or potentially score an RBI. I wonder if he will have the green light here. I highly doubt it, as we have 0 outs here, and he takes anyway. That one's low, and now we have runners at the corners with no outs, and Mark Schallenberger coming up, the home run hitter from last night, and that home run was a 3-run.
Sure was.
And there's 2 runners on right now. Mark Schallenberger here in Madison looking to score some runs for the Chucks in the 6th inning, as the Mallards will do some defensive communication with the runners at first and third. You'll wonder if they will try to get Adair home in some kind of double steal, as Mitchell has good speed at first and Adair also does at third.
See what Schallenberger can do here.
And Schallenberger fouling off the first one against Banks. He's down 0-1. Schallenberger, another guy, who's a really tough out.
100%. He is arguably the hardest out on this Woodchucks team because, he's just such a power hitter, and he makes contact all the time, as going with the off-speed pitch on the 0-1 was Banks. And Schallenberger does like hitting against righties. So, like mentioned, he did hit his home run last night against the right-handed throwing McCunnough foe for the Rafters.
And that one is driven to right field. It's way back, going back, and it's out of here. Mark Schallenberger, a 3-run home run, back-to-back nights, and just like that, the Woodchucks have tied the game. Mark Schallenberger, consecutive nights, hits 3-run home runs. Wow! And this Mallards crowd is stunned.
One swing of the bat can tie the game if you're Mark Schallenberger, and he does just that. It is now 6-6, and the Woodchucks have scored 3 unanswered runs after their 3 first unanswered runs, thanks to Mark Schallenberger back-to-back nights with 3-run home runs. That's number 5 on the season for the Evansville A's. We are tied at 6, and the Woodchucks have life here in the 6th inning as they're looking to break a 9-game losing streak.
Wow, Will. Some could even say that we up here called that one, as we're just talking about how he had a 3-run home run last night, and he got a piece of that one and drove it out to right field, as Mike McGinnis is now set to face Banks. Mark Schallenberger, wow. That one was driven out to right center, and a no-doubter here. And it hit the Johnson Financial Group club, as Mike McGinnis has a single to left field right past the diving play from Taylor, as he could not come up with it, and Mike McGinnis continues his hot streak here as the Chucks are still swinging here in the 6th inning.
That's already hit number 2 in the game for Mike McGinnis as well. And I think the Woodchucks don't think a tie game is enough here. I don't think they think it's enough.
And I hope you're right, as Trent Van Ness is stepping to the plate with McGinnis at first. And we are still shook up here on the Mark Schallenberger home run. What a guy. Mark Schallenberger, another 3-run home run, as Van Ness flies this one, a towering fly ball. It's going foul towards the Madison dugout, and it's going to leave and fall in the stands for the first strike of the at-bat. And will that home run for Mark Schallenberger, the 2nd in a row for him, and he seems to be back to the Mark Schallenberger form that we had seen early in his stint with the Woodchucks.
Well, yeah, Chase, before he had that 2-hit game in game 1 of the doubleheader against the Rafters, he had been without a hit since July 15th, where he went 3 for 4 against the Green Bay Rockers. Now it's back-to-back nights with 3-run home runs for Mark Schallenberger, who puts his first hit of the game on the board and his second on base appearance. He's now 1 for 3. That 3-run shot that has tied the game. And Trent Van Ness is hoping to keep some offense moving here for Wausau as Mike McGinnis is still a no-out base runner.
And Banks is checking up on McGinnis here a few times as he's trying to keep him at first, as the Chucks have taken advantage of catcher Melfi with a few stolen bases, and McGinnis has one of those here tonight.
But yeah, Chase, if you go back to that July 15th game for Schallenberger, ever since that game, he has only had 3 hits. And now the home runs.
As McGinnis does take off, the throw down for Melfi is not in time. Mike McGinnis with another stolen base, and that is his second game with 2 stolen bases in a row. Mike McGinnis puts himself in scoring position for Trent Van Ness.
Now 4 of the last 5 of the last 7, rather, for Mark Schallenberger after that June 15th game have been hitless, but now that's 2 home runs in back-to-back nights. And now that's 4 hits in the last 4 games, if you will.
And Will, how about the Chucks taking advantage of the base pass today, using their speed? That's something we haven't seen in a while.
No, it's not. I mean, it's very good to see the Woodchucks back to their aggressive ways on the base path. A team who did like to steal bases a lot with Brady Jurgella, Dalton Pearson, Jesse Donahoe, Mike McGinnis, Brent
Witter, yep.
All those guys did like to steal bases. And just kind of felt like the Woodchucks went away from that. As now Trent Van Ness is looking to keep this inning rolling with no outs.
And the 2-2 pitch is fouled off to the right side and into the stands, as the Woodchucks are doing exactly like Will said, being aggressive on the base pass, and that's exactly what you want to see. They need to have a breakthrough to end this 9-game losing streak, as the new head coach in Ross Davis is looking for his first win as the new manager. And the 2-2 is put on the ground to third baseman. He makes the throw, and the scoop is good from Williams. That will be the second out of the inning. Mike McGinnis will stay at second base.
5-3 ground out there from Trent Van Ness. Unfortunately, keeps Mike McGinnis at second. But there's only 1 out on the board, so the Woodchucks not trying to shy away from anything as McFarland is back up to the plate now.
And a brand new ball game here as we are tied 6-6. And the Chucks do still have a runner in scoring position in Mike McGinnis for McFarland, who grounds to shortstop. He makes the throw, and it's right on target from Cal Fisher. And I believe I made a mistake. That was the second out of the inning. So we still have a chance for the Woodchucks with
McFarland now 1 for 4 on the game. Did single on his last at the 5th. But now it'll come down to Ryan Blackwell. If the Woodchucks want to keep this inning rolling, Ryan Blackwell on the game is 0 for 3 with that reach on air. And he did also score the second of 6 runs now for Wausau. 6 straight unanswered runs by the Woodchucks.
And the 0-0 pitch there from Banks is good. Change up off speed and swinging right through. That one is Blackwell. Banks looking to get himself out of this inning. And the 0-1 is left down, and the throw to third as McGinnis is safe into third base. Steals on the wild pitch. And Mike McGinnis, once again, using his speed. He's over at third now for Blackwell, who is going to work from a 1-1 count. And the aggression from the base pass for the Woodchucks continues.
Well, I don't know if I would believe it, but the leading run is now 90 feet away for Wausau. If you would have told me they would have had that here at the top of the 6th, I don't think I would have believed you after the first inning. I don't think I would have believed you.
Very well said, Will, as I don't know if any Chucks fans watching would have believed that. And Blackwell takes down. That's a 3-1 count for him now. He is in a good position here. The driver's seat for Ryan Blackwell.
3-1 count for the Woodchucks catcher from Oral Roberts. Can he keep the inning going on 3-1? The pitch from Banks is fouled back.
And staying alive is Blackwell as that one reaches the stands, and he faces a 3-2 count now. Banks, who had given up the home run to Mark Schallenberger, has 3 earned runs now in his first inning pitched in this one. We'll wonder if we will see any more of him after this inning. But to continue this inning, he has Ryan Blackwell in a full count, where he is set to work from the windup, the delivery, and the pitch. And it looked good, but it was down, and Blackwell will head to first base, and the inning will continue.
Oh, right as I say that, of course, Donnie Scott comes out to the mound. I didn't realize that they had a pitcher ready to go. But Madison's going to make a pitching change. And it looks like coming out to the mound is going to be not Will Simmons, he's a starter, but it looked like there was a one next to him. Could be Ben Caston, potentially.
And the new pitcher is number 7, Andrew Ravello, and we will have that and more coming for you when we are back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
The Chucks are still working here in the 6th as they have runners on the corners, and they are set to face Andrew Ravello, the new pitcher for the Mallards. And Will, what do we know about Ravello?
Well, Ravello's coming in for the 7th time as a Mallard, 10 and a third on the mound so far, 5.23 ERA, as he throws the first pitch to Boost, outside fastball. Washington hits pretty pitch straight up 1.26, an opposing batting average of 265, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 7 strikeouts and 4 walks to the right-hander Andrew Ravello from Los Angeles Harbor College by way of Long Beach, California.
Jacob Booz in a 1-1 count now with 2 outs here and runners at first and third. Booz with the opportunity at an RBI. Jacob Booz has struck out in his last 2 at-bats as the 1-1 is left high. 2-1 count now for Booz.
On changeup there from new pitcher in the game for the Mallards, Ravello, who's coming for the first time since July 31st, this past Monday, against Lakeshore. As the 2-1 misses in the dirt on the fastball, 3-1 count to Jacob Booz, who's looking to load the bases with 2 outs here.
3-1 count on Booz. Will, what are you thinking he and the rest of the coaching staff are thinking on this 3-1 count?
Well, I mean, you have to give Booz something to hit here on a 3-1. You don't want to walk him. So you have to give him something to hit. So I expect the fastball right down the middle. There it is. But it's low.
It's left low, and Booz will reach, and the inning continues. Ravello walks his first batter, and that will bring up the 9-hitter, Ryan Blanchard.
Blanchard, 0 for 2, was walked in the 4th, and also scored the 3rd of now 6 unanswered in a row for the Woodchucks. As Blanchard looking to keep the inning alive with bases loaded and possibly give the Woodchucks a lead here. Going breaking ball, strike 1 is Ravello.
And Will, we've seen the Chucks with a lot of opportunities with bases loaded, looking to break it open really here. And this might be the inning of the game here so far, and possibly a make-or-break moment in the entire game, as that pitch almost gets by Melfi, as Ravello lost the curveball and it almost ended up at the backstop. That would have easily scored Mike McGinnis.
Absolutely, especially a speedster like Mike McGinnis, too. Melfi makes a diving effort to make sure McGinnis can't score there, as 1-1 from Ravello is low and outside to Blanchard. And if Wausau can get Blanchard on base, some way, somehow, they will take the lead, regardless of how it is to Blanchard. That would bring up the top of the order Mike Adair.
Blanchard now, 2-1 count. And the pitch is low and outside, and it's 3-1 now on Blanchard. I would expect him to take a pitch here, unless it is, like Will said, right down the middle.
I even expect him to take the 3-1 here regardless. I don't think Blanchard has the green light here, regardless of what the pitch is. I would expect him to fully take this, even if it's a fastball right down Broadway. That is going to be ball 4, and the Woodchucks are in front.
And just like that, the Chucks put up 4 here in the 6th and take the lead 7-6. And they are not done yet, as Mike Adair is set to hit.
He lit off the 6th there, and he's batting for the second time in the inning.
Mike Adair, the left-hander, to face Ravello for the first time in this one. With bases loaded, and still a great opportunity for the Chucks, as the 0-0 delivery is good. That one was left on the inner half of the plate and good for a strike on Mike Adair.
Fun fact, this is actually the most runs the Woodchucks have scored now here at Warner Park this season as well. They scored 6 in the 6-4 win.
Mike Adair puts one into right field. That's going to score 1 run. The throw goes home and headed and sliding it safely. 2-run score on Mike Adair. Base hit to right field. He got a good pitch to hit. Good approach and sent it into right field. A ground ball that went right past second baseman Hamilton. And just like that, they broke it open, Will.
6 runs here in the 6th for the Woodchucks, and they have matched the 6 runs scored in the 1st for Madison. And Chase, would you believe it, the Woodchucks are on top 9-6 as they're trying to break a 9-game losing streak.
And Will, this is exactly what the Chucks needed as a breakthrough victory.
Good luck, charm, Chase.
Well,
clearly haven't been.
Are you sure about that? I've been at every home game that the Chucks have lost in the last 9 games. That is true. I think I might have to keep joining you then the rest of the season.
I have
to. As the Chucks are still rolling with Christian Mitchell, who is once again batting for the 2nd time in this inning. And taken low. That one scoots away from catcher Melfi, and both base runners will go 90 feet as Mike Adair now on second base, and Ryan Blanchard over at third.
Mike Adair now his 4th time since coming back to Wausau. It's a 2-hit game, and he has 2 hits in this inning, 2 singles, and that one being for 2 runs, as Wausau now finds themselves on top of Madison 9-6. Mike Adair has put together some really quality at-bats in this game so far. It is just so great to see.
And that's going to draw a mound visit from Sean Brown, the pitching coach, as struggling in this inning is Ravello. And
keep in mind, some of these runs will be earned to Banks as well.
Good point, Will, as both Mallards relievers struggling in this inning. And Will, we can't say enough about the leaders of this Woodchucks team trying to halt this losing streak, as Christian Mitchell is ready and the pitch is no good from Ravello, and it is now 3-0.
Christian Mitchell has had a perfect night at the plate so far. 2 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 doubles, and 2 runs scored. Can he keep that game going? It's a 3-0 from Ravello. And ball 4 will not come on that pitch, as that one caught the low inside corner on the fastball.
And Will, this rally, besides Schellenberger's 3-run home run, has come with 2 outs, which is very inspiring, as the Chucks have stranded bases loaded a couple times here tonight, as that one is grounded to third baseman. And it's bobbled. It goes into shortstop, cannot come up with it. A run's going to score, and Christian Mitchell is going to be safe at first. Runner still on the corners. Michael Adair over at third now. Christian Mitchell at first, as that one was a tough hop for third baseman Keenan Taylor. Shortstop Cale Fisher tried to come up with it and make the play on Adair at third, but he could not. And Will, the Chucks are still going.
Christian Mitchell reaches on air there on the fielder's choice.
And would you believe it, Will? Mark Schellenberger up with runners on the corners. And guess who those runners are? Mike Adair and Christian Mitchell. This is right where we started with one out, where Mark Schellenberger sent one to right field. Can he do it again?
Three in the game. Schellenberger, the second time this inning, tying at 3-1.
As he skies one, it looked good off the bat. It's going to head into the stands. As Schellenberger may be getting excited there at the plate as he wants to send another 3-run home run out, as he only likes home runs when it's a 3-run home run, apparently.
And it's now 10-6 Woodchucks. That's now the seventh run by Blanchard in the inning. 7 spots here for the Woodchucks, which is one away from their season inning.
And Mark Schellenberger went for a home run there, swings right through it.
Goodness.
His helmet almost comes off, and he really wanted that one. That was a powerful hack there from Mark Schellenberger.
I've never seen a swing, I don't think, or got one a home run more than Schellenberger just tried there.
You think? It was pretty obvious, Will, as the 1-2 is left outside, 2-2 now for Mark Schellenberger. For Brewers fans out there, that looked like a Carlos Gomez hack, as his helmet just about came off. Mark Schellenberger, 2-2 count now with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And he takes low and inside, full count now. Chucks
used just as hot, arguably a and a single, back-to-back 2-hit night for McGinnis, who was also 2 last night against the Raptors.
The payoff pitch, and Schellenberger swings right through it. A good fastball there from Ravello. Although Schellenberger does strike out in his second at-bat in the inning, his first one was a booming 3-run home run, and the first that I was honored to call. We'll be back as the Chucks put up 7 runs here in the 6th, and now lead 10-6 on the Wausau Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
You can close the book on Blaine Wallen as he pitches 5 full innings, strikes out 3, only allows 1 earned run, and no walks. The new pitcher for the Woodchucks is right-hander Colin Murphy. Murphy from Louisville, Kentucky. Murphy with 6 appearances so far, an 0-1 record, 4.05 ERA, 1.43 walks/hits, innings pitched, and has pitched 13.1 innings, allowing 12 hits this season. And the first pitch is going to be flied to center field, and it's going to be left fielder in Mike Adair who comes up with it. And the first out from Murphy only takes him 1 pitch as he gets Davis Hamilton. He gets the catcher Melfi flying to center field.
Yeah, nice first at bat by Murphy. Forced a fly out. Right hand coming in for the Woodchuck, who features mostly a fastball, a changeup, a curveball, and kind of a sliding curveball, especially against right-handers. That was a really nice breaking ball when he has command of it. Let's see if he can. Second batter here in Davis.
Davis Hamilton brings up the top of the order as Murphy is set to work with one out, and the 1-0 is no good, and that is now 2-0 on Hamilton. Murphy looking to pick up right where Wolin ended, as that one is a fly ball. Looks like Mike Adair's coming after it. It's going to be shortstop in Blanchard, who ranges over and makes the catch, and now the Chucks are already with 2 outs here. Murphy, a solid outing so far. And Will, how important was Wallen holding the Mallards to only 6 runs after starting pitcher Cordy gave up those 5 and Wallen only gave up 1.
First off, big hats off to the Woodchucks back for not giving Cordy a loss. That's for sure. Blaine Wallen now in line for the win, which is after his 5-hole put him in line. The Woodchucks did score their runs in the top of the inning. So, I mean, to see good of an appearance just has to give his bat so much confidence because he put 4 straight zeros on the board. Other 4 innings pitched besides the first inning. And now you got Colin Murphy, who's 1 out away from another 1-2-3, which would be the second last 3 innings.
Yes, Will, a complete team effort here this afternoon, as defense have been solid and the runs are coming for the Chucks, as the Chucks are without an error tonight, which is something that we have seen the last 2 games, but prior to that, the Chucks, yeah, forget that I said that, folks, as Colin Murphy works in a 2-1 count, and his pitch, and that one's going to be a high and inside fastball to Nick Williams.
Williams in the game. Hooper pitched in the first inning, also scored the second of 6. Mallards scored since that 6-run first, as Murphy has walked Nick Williams.
Murphy will not go 3 up, 3 down, as Williams walks, and that will bring up Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson did walk in the first, had a single in the second, and also scored a run there in the first inning. And that one is towered to left field. Mike Adair's under it, and he has the play. 3 fly balls here for the Mallards, and a good first inning of work for Murphy. He keeps the Mallards scoreless once again, and we are headed to the 7th inning, where the Woodchucks are ready to score some more runs here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Chase Kmosena did a fantastic job in his first ever play-by-play couple of innings, so well done to you, Chase. And now back on play-by-play is your broadcaster, Will Charlton, of course, as the Woodchucks up 10-6 here in the top of the 7th inning. And it will lead off with the third baseman, Mike McGinnis, who did hit a single, a part of that 7-run frame for the Woodchucks. This is also the most runs they've scored in this losing streak now. By 2 runs, they scored 8 against Lakeshore in the 9-8 loss this past Saturday night, as they now have scored 10 runs here at Warner Park tonight, which is the most they've scored here in a game this season. As McGinnis takes the 0-1, a little low and outside from Andrew Ravello, who's still in the game for the Mallards. 1-1 to McGinnis. Is fouled back on a fastball, and it right into our press box. That ball got fouled back right into our press box over the netting.
Well, you don't see that one every day. Yeah. That's a little unfortunate. Everyone up here is okay, but we have a piece of technology that is down.
That is more than not okay. My goodness. 2-2 to McGinnis is low and outside on a fastball by Ravello. McGinnis 2 for 4 once again tonight, just like he was last night, now batting for the 5th time in this game. Double and a single just like last night as well, but his single was more legit than a single last night, more like a bunt single last night. 3-2 payoff as McGinnis hits this one deep into left field. It's got carry, and it is out of here! Mike McGinnis hits a home run for the Chucks. That is now 11 unanswered runs for Wausau. Mike McGinnis, his 4th home run of the season, and he hit 3 out during batting practice at least earlier today, and he has one now here in the game. A solo shot for McGinnis, and Wausau leads it now by 5 runs. The Woodchucks are inching closer and closer to breaking this 9-game losing streak.
That one has to feel real good for Mike McGinnis, as he has came close to hitting all year. Finally gets a breakthrough home run and adds to his incredible streak that he's on. Another multi-hit appearances, as last night he had 2 hits, and Mike McGinnis can do it all. That was awesome.
Mike McGinnis has also eclipsed 40 hits on the season now with 41 as his 3-hit night takes him to 41 hits on the season, as Melfi didn't even try to grab that outside off-speed pitch by the right-handed pitcher Ravello. But McGinnis hits number 4 of the season, also picks up double number 4 of the season in this game. And Trent Van Ness swings at the 1-1, fouls it down the right field line for strike 2. As Wausau has scored their most runs in a while now, 11 runs. This is a team who is more than capable of putting up those run numbers. And that is the first time they have put up more than 10 runs in a game since they lost 11-10 in walk-off fashion at the Green Bay Rockers, as Trent Van Ness hits this one into left center field. And losing it for a second was Moreno, but he is able to recover and find it for out number 1 here in the inning.
And Will, you go back to that home run. We watched him all day here at batting practice early at Warner Park. And that was his target right there. He was hitting home runs out to left field. And that in the game, just like Coach Ross Davis said, he wants those team sessions to transfer.
As Wausau has not lost a game when they score more than 10 runs in a single game yet. The most they've scored in a loss is 10. That came to the Green Bay Rockers, where they were walked off on that Sunday match of 11-10. But they have not lost a game yet where they have scored more than 10 runs in a game.
Yeah, Will, this is very exciting here as the Woodchucks really breaking. Haven't seen in a while.
Trying to play a little spoiler against their rivals.
Exactly, something we did not expect.
McFarland down the left field line will go foul into the stands, and he'll stay alive at 0-2 with 1 out here in the inning. McFarland 1 for 4, had a single back in the 5th, and grounded out into a 6-3 in his last at bat, as it'll be McFarland, then Blackwell, And the 0-2 misses low on the fastball. One, two, with one out to Anthony McFarland, the Cal Riverside product. And McFarland hits this one in the air. It's popped in the infield. And it's going to be the third baseman, Keenan Taylor, who runs up to grab it on the pop-up.
And how about this, Will? Who obviously sit at 11-6 right now. If we go back, they had 8 strikeouts in their first to this game.
Sure did.
And
I mean, the game felt lost. The game felt lost once again. And acting field manager Ross Davis was just telling me these guys are a lot closer than they think to actually breaking through for the first time in a while. And now they have done so as they have 11 runs here, highlighted by a 7-run sixth inning that you called, Chase, highlighted by that Mark Schallenberger 3-run home run that tied the game. And now, after 5 straight zeros on the board by the Mallards, the Woodchucks have found themselves up by 5 runs with a check swing, half swing by Blackwell in the infield. It's going to be an out between Davis Hamilton and Nick Williams for out number 3. But Mike McGinnis adds another to the Woodchucks, and they now lead 11-6 thanks to the Georgia State Panthers' 4th home run of the summer, a solo shot to left field, the 2nd home run of the game for the Chucks, and they leave it 11-6 into the bottom of the 7th here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
It's time for the bottom of the 7th inning here from Warner Park as Colin Murphy has taken the field back with the Woodchucks on defense, who would now lead it by a score of 11-6 thanks to Mike McGinnis, hitting his 4th home run of the summer, a solo shot to left field. And it is now 11 straight unanswered runs by the Woodchucks of Wausau, trying to break a 9-game losing streak, trying to win their first game what would be 2 weeks. A total of 14 days since Wausau has won their last game, and they're in the driver's seat to try and do so as first pitch swinging by Keenan Taylor is fouled back behind his head. Keenan Taylor leads off the inning for the Mallards. It'll be 4-5-6 for Madison here in the bottom of the 7th.
Colin Murphy, for his second inning of work, had a first very solid inning of work as he got 3 fly balls, and he's looking to do the same here.
High fastball for ball 1 to Taylor. Keenan Taylor, who is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, as the Mallards are only going through the order for the 4th time, and he fouls back the 1-1. And now it is 1-2. The Mallards in first place in the Great Lakes West. Woodchucks trying to play a little bit of spoiler against the Mallards, as Keenan Taylor hits this one on a line into left field, and he'll be down for a base hit. He's going to stay at first, but that'll be a leadoff single for Taylor. And now the second base runner allowed by Colin Murphy.
Good piece of hitting by Taylor as Murphy hung the ball and drilled that out to left field. Very good job getting the hands in, and he puts himself on with no outs here.
Keenan Taylor picks up his 33rd hit of the season and has reached base for the second time, as that now brings up Liam Moreno, who swings at the first pitch he sees popped up into the infield as Colin Murphy will grab it on a pop out. So that was a quick out number one here in the inning, as Moreno pops out right to the pitcher, your typical P1 in the scorebook.
And now all four of Murphy's outs have been from a pop fly or a fly out.
They have, that's true. That is true. You know what would be even more cool is if this is a ground ball right here from Jackson Tucker. I think that'd be kind of cool at least.
4-6-3?
Something like that.
Or 6-4-3 maybe?
First pitch to Tucker, righty-righty matchup, outside fastball from the Lincoln Memorial product, Colin Murphy. And Chase, I don't know if you knew this, but Lincoln Memorial, it's the rail splitters. Do you know what a rail splitter is?
Will, I have been listening to you all season, so I'm going to give this one a crack. I do believe that has to do with Abraham Lincoln. Rail splitter was someone who put down train tracks, I believe. And I know Abraham Lincoln's involved with this story. That's my swing. I might have missed on that.
You did miss. A rail splitter is straight up just Abraham Lincoln. It is literally just, it's what he called himself during his 1860s presidential campaign.
So you could basically call this school Abraham Lincoln.
Pretty much, because their like logo is like a guy in a top hat.
That guy is Abraham Lincoln.
Yep. 2-1 to Moreno is swung and missed at on a fastball by Murphy.
The knowledge of Will Charlton, folks.
Well, actually, this guy himself told me himself. So he said if you're ever bored in a broadcast, say, find out what a rail splitter is. And I was like, okay, sure, that'd be a good fun talking point.
And it sure is, Will, as you stumped me on that one, even though I've heard you say that story a few times this summer.
Fly ball into right field by Tucker, and that is into the glove of Trent Van Ness, and that is another fly out forced by Colin Murphy. Third fly out and fifth overall fly/pop out, like you said, Chase.
Yep, the double play does not come, and they no longer need a double play, but an out and out, and the Woodchucks are rolling here. Murphy on the bump after his teammate and Blaine Wallen did an outstanding job through 5 innings. Murphy looking to go 2 full as he has an inning and 2/3 under his belt.
Cal Fisher comes to the plate with 2 outs for the Mallards. He takes the low outside off-speed pitch by Murphy. As Cal Fisher, 2 for 3 with a double and a single in this game, was struck out swinging against Blaine Wallen, one of his 3 strikeouts in his last at-bat. He's looking to keep the 7th alive for the Mallards, as fastball strike 1 from Colin Murphy. And we have a little bit of update from Witter Field in the big matchup in the Great Lakes West. It's Fond du Lac and Wisconsin Rapids tied at 3 apiece in the top of the 6th. That is a game that could potentially be for first place if the Woodchucks are able to take down the Mallards tonight. And Murphy finds the strike zone on the breaking ball for strike 2. 1-2 count now to Cal Fisher, as Murphy is looking to get out of the inning. 1-2, fouled off right behind the head of Ryan Blackwell. It goes into the netting behind home plate for Fisher. This is the 4th of 6 times the Woodchucks will play here at Warner Park this season. They're 1-2 so far, looking for win number 2 here at the Duck Pond.
And, well, this is the stadium in which they will end the 2023 summer
stadium which
season.
they started and will end it.
There you go.
1-2 swing and a miss. And Colin Murphy picks up his first strikeout. He fans Cal Fisher, and Fisher is struck out for a second time. That'll send us into the 8th here, where Wausau still leads at 11-6, as you're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Penultimate frame here on this Thursday evening from Warner Park as the Woodchucks lead it by 5, and they are back up to bat to try and add on some more breathing room to this 11-6 lead as Jacob Boos is going to lead off the 8th here against a pitcher the Woodchucks just saw the other night, the 6th pitcher in the game already for Madison, as it is Andres Kleinsek coming in for the 10th time as a Mallard. 3-1 record, a 1.8 ERA with the 3rd win of his record coming against the Woodchucks on Tuesday. He has an opposing batting average of .216 and a walks and hits innings pitched of 1 flat. And he makes Boos swing through the 0-1. He's now down 0-2. The product of Madison College has allowed 11 hits, 3 runs all earned, has struck out 6 and has walked 4. And Kleinsek facing off against the Woodchucks for the 2nd time in 3 nights. 0-2 to Boos is a fastball that will just miss out. No, it's going to catch the outer half, and Boos is punched out.
Good call there.
Against the Woodchucks on Tuesday night, he went 2 1/3, allowed only 2 hits, allowed the 1 run. It was a home run to Trent Van Ness. He allowed that run. But he did walk 1 and strike out 1 in 10 batters faced in 2 1/3. On the mound. First pitch swinging by Ryan Blanchard falls off the grandstand here and into the stands. So now with 1 out, it'll be Ryan Blanchard, the Chico State, soon to be Chico State product, California State University Chico is what that school's full name is. 0-1 outside, or that clips the low outside corner rather, on the fastball. Going to see the replay here in just a second. Ooh, looked a little low and outside, but home plate umpire Hess has had a pretty wide strike zone all game long. Paul Hess. Much bigger strikeout than last night for Rod Jackson, I'll tell you that much. Much bigger.
Yeah, you don't say, Will. Blanchard, although the wide strike zone, has walked twice here tonight and scored 2 runs as well. 2 of the Chucks 11.
So now the 1-2 to Ryan Blanchard, who is 0 for 2 in the game with 2 walks and 2 runs scored as well as a stolen base, and he fouls off. The 1-2 will stay alive, does the 9-hitter playing shortstop for the Woodchucks. Made a little bit of a hiatus with Wausau after playing in 4 of the first initial games of the season for Blanchard. Was originally number 2 on the Woodchucks team. And the 1-2 is taken low and outside for ball 2 for Blanchard, who is also a returning Woodchuck of last summer. 8 games played with the Chucks in 2022. Only had 4 hits, though, with a couple of RBIs, 2 walks, 3 runs scored, and 2 stolen bases.
Blanchard, a guy who I had a little conversation with today, he's saying that he enjoys baseball a lot, as I'm sure all these guys do, and he's looking for a good little stint here with the Woodchucks.
2-2 curveball taken low, and that will load the count up full 3-2 now between Kleinsek and Blanchard, as Kleinsek is looking for out number 2 here. Blanchard looking for the first base runner of the inning for the Woodchucks, and it will be neither there as Blanchard fouls off the payoff pitch, and he will stay alive for at least one more pitch in this at-bat.
A very quality at-bat here by Blanchard, as he could potentially be at first already with that wide strike that was called. But either way, he's staying alive, and he's having himself a good at-bat here in the top half of the 8th inning.
Payoff pitch to Blanchard once again, and it'll be a high fastball. So Blanchard has walked for the 3rd time in this game, and he has put together some nice at-bats in the 9-hole, even though it doesn't have a hit. When you walk for 3 times in a game, that means you're doing something right from the plate. As that brings up Mike Adair now for a 6th time, and he is 2 for 3. Mike Adair is having a fantastic night in the leadoff spot, and he was saying pregame, like we talked about, how excited he was to lead off once again. He loves leading off, as that one is a line drive into the glove of Cal Fisher at shortstop. So Adair will be put out for the 2nd time.
Really solid line drive there by Adair, even though he was recorded as an out. That was a really good piece of hitting, Will. Line that one right at shortstop Cal Fisher. Nothing Adair can do. At least Blanchard over there at first was able to make it back in time.
Yeah, Fisher almost nearly threw it back to Williams in time at first, but Blanchard able to get back to avoid a double play, as that brings up Christian Mitchell.
And if you're Adair there, you still got to be positive about that at-bat. He got a good fastball and a good line drive, so Adair continues his hitting ways here tonight.
Christian Mitchell, who's having a fantastic night on the plate, has reached base every time he's come up. Has 2 doubles and 2 walks, as well as 2 runs scored and an RBI. As Kleinsek checks over to Williams, holding on Blanchard at first. On deck is Mark Schallenberger if the Woodchucks are able to extend the inning for one more at bat, or else Schallenberger will lead off the 9th. 0-1 to Mitchell is an off-speed taken a little outside and low for ball 1. Christian Mitchell, the Cincinnati Bearcats soon-to-be. I guess he would technically be 2 for 3 in the game, as he hits this one in the air. It's going into center field. It's Isaiah Jackson who's running up for it, and it'll have it. That's a flyout for Christian Mitchell, but he is still having a fantastic night at the plate, regardless of that flyout. And that will send us in to the bottom of the 8th, where the Woodchucks are looking to hold a lead of 11-6 into the final frame here from Madison on this Thursday night. We'll see if they can do that when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Colin Murphy is back out there for the bottom of the 8th inning as he'll be facing off first against Kyle Schrodel, the designated hitter from Eastern Michigan University, who is 1 for 3 in this game, has one of the 7 Mallards hits, 11 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Woodchucks, 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Madison Mallards. Most runs the Woodchucks have scored since that 11-10 loss against Green Bay. That came a few Sundays ago in a Schwabenon, and that was the season finale between Green Bay and Wausau. 2-0 count to Schrodel from Murphy, and he swings and misses through the fastball. Last time the Woodchucks put up more than 10 runs in a win, it was also against Green Bay, and it was an 18-7 win for the Chucks. That game got cut short as Schrodel is through the 2-1, and the count is now 2-2 after Murphy has thrown a couple of fastballs right down Broadway for strikes 1 and 2.
Yeah, Will, how about these Woodchucks pitchers picking up for Cordy, only allowing 6 hits today. That one's going to be lined and right at Mike Adair.
That was a sharply hit line drive by Schrodel, very similar to the ones that Christian Mitchell hit in Tuesday's loss. And Schrodel now 1 for 4 as Murphy has picked up out number 1 here in the 8th. Has retired 4 straight batters now as that brings up David Melfi, the catcher. Melfi is 0 for 1 with an RBI and a hit by pitch. His only recorded at-bat was the flyout in the 6th, as his first flyout was an RBI, sac fly, so that doesn't go on his at-bat record. That just goes down to 0 for 0, since he did draw in the 6th of 6 runs now for the Mallards, and they have not scored since he hit that sacrifice fly in the first. 1-1 count from Murphy and Melfi, and Murphy missed a little outside low.
Yeah, Will, and we're all the way in the 8th already, and it almost is a complete surprise to us that this game has turned the way it has. Look at the first inning and where we were and where we are now, and I don't think anyone in this ballpark expected to be where we are today.
I definitely expected it myself. I mean, I thought after the first inning when the Woodchucks let up 6 runs and they had gone down in a big hole once again, I was like, well, I guess we're on our way to 10 straight losses. But no, here we are 11-6 as Murphy has just walked Melfi on 5 pitches. But he has allowed at least 1 base runner in his now 3 innings on the mound.
Well, Will, as we look forward here to the end of this inning and maybe even the 9th, what are you thinking for pitchers?
Well, it looks like right now we got Tyler Mayfield warming up for the 9th. He did pitch last night. He'll be pitching for a 2nd straight night if he does come out. And tomorrow night, right back here at Warner Park, you can listen to the game on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. It'll just be me on the call, unfortunately. And it'll be a 6:35 p.m. first pitch. As for the Mallards, their starting pitcher more than likely. Don't know their starting pitcher, actually. For the Woodchucks, it'll be Peyton Schofield on the mound, making his first start as a Woodchuck. It's already 0-2 count to Davis Hamilton, and Murphy checks back to first base, but nothing doing, as sliding back in there safely is David Melfi. 0-2 count to leadoff man Davis Hamilton, who is 0 for 3 with the hit by pitch in the first and the run scored. And the right-hander's 0-2. Murphy, that one's hit down the left field line by Hamilton. That'll be his first hit. And staying at second will just be Melfi. It's a pretty wise decision, but Murphy has allowed his 2nd hit. And now the Mallards have base runners on 1st and 2nd here in the 8th.
Hamilton got a pitch on the outer half, and the left-hander just dumps it over into left field to Mike Adair. And Hamilton keeps this inning going, and the Mallards are putting something together, which is something we haven't seen here for a while in this one.
Ross Davis, the pitching coach for the Woodchucks and acting field manager, is out there talking things over with Colin Murphy. I have to imagine that Murphy will try to finish this inning at least, as Mayfield did come in for an inning and a third last night against Wisconsin Rapids, so I can't imagine he'd want him to come in for 1 2/3 as Ross Davis is going to retreat back to the pitching mound. So Murphy will still be in there with runners on first and second, and he'll be facing off against Nick Williams when the at-bat begins. But Murphy, I don't think we talked about the last time he came out. Last time Murphy was out was 2 1/3 against Lakeshore in the Saturday night loss. He struck out 2, allowed 2 hits, and 2 1/3 pitched. Tried to hold the Woodchucks to keep themselves in that game. He did at the time before Peyton Schofield ended up picking up the loss in that 8-error game for Wausau that at the time gave the Woodchucks their 4th straight loss and broke a 7-game losing streak for the Chinooks. First pitch, breaking ball, strike 1-2. Nick Williams, righty-righty matchup, the Michigan State Spartan. 0 for 2 with a walk and hit by pitch. 0-1 from Murphy. Cannot find the low outside corner on the fastball, so now 1-1.
Murphy looking to do what he has done so far tonight and get a ground ball or a pop fly here on Nick Williams as he needs a big second out with runners on first and second.
1-1, breaking ball drops in for strike 2. Nice curve from Colin Murphy there, as now that makes the count 1-2 with 1 out. And if the Mallards can put a ground ball on the ground, that would be fantastic here. Murphy probably looking to try and throw a ground ball here on a 1-2 count.
Yeah, look for something down in the strike zone here for Murphy.
Yep, he did go with a low fastball.
A couple of good breaking balls has gotten Williams in this one. Murphy decides to throw the fastball in that 1-2 count as he had one to waste, and a very wise pitch there from Murphy.
Two, and that one is popped in the air and will go foul. And that one heads out into the area behind, I guess, the main concourse, you would call it. So now we'll try the 2-2 once again as Williams is looking to keep the inning alive for Madison. He'll stay alive. Fouls back to 2-2 once again.
Williams, who went down 1-2 in this count, has fouled off a few pitches. Doing a good job here making Colin Murphy work that pitch count up. You wonder how much the Chuck's bullpen is going to be active over there now and how ready Ross Davis is going to have his reliever.
2-2 once again. Elevated fastball that just misses high, according to Paul Hess, the home plate umpire. That certainly looked close on the elevated fastball.
Yeah, certainly a good pitch from Murphy. Had one more to waste, and now he does not, as he has a 3-2 count here, Will.
Yeah, looked a little high inside on the replay, actually, so probably the right call. 3-2 payoff is going to be a high breaking ball, and that will load the bases for the Mallards. Murphy's second walk he's allowed here in this inning. That's now 3 straight base runners since the flyout that started the inning, as Murphy is going to be done. He wanted Ross Davis to hold off on making the call to Tyler Mayfield in the pen, but Murphy is going to be done here after 2 1/3 on the mound, and coming into a bases loaded situation with 1 out is going to be Tyler Mayfield. And we'll introduce Mayfield when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Tyler Mayfield is coming in for the second straight night as he comes into a bases-loaded jam with one out here in the inning after 2 1/3 by Colin Murphy, who allows 2 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. And all 3 of these runs on base right now would be earned to him if Mayfield does not pick up 2 outs, as Tyler Mayfield is coming in for the 7th time as a Woodchuck, 0-1 record with 1 save that came back on July 15th against Green Bay. 4.5 ERA, 1.33 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. As the 1-0 misses to Isaiah Jackson. 2-0 count from submarine-style throwing Tyler Mayfield, the Kathleen, Georgia native by way of Emmanuel College in Georgia. 4 2/3 on the mound, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits, 3 runs all earned, 6 walks, and opposing batting average of 105. 2-0 to Jackson is going to be a fastball for strike 1. Last night against the Raptors, he went 1 2/3, allowing 1 hit and picking up a couple of strikeouts, as he was the final pitcher used for the Woodchucks in that game. And the 2-1 to the Arizona State Sun Devil, Isaiah Jackson. And that'll be a breaking ball that just misses outside for Mayfield. 3-1 counts.
Mayfield tapped with bases loaded just as Dwayne Wolin was here in the first inning, and Mayfield struggling with a 3-1 count on Isaiah Jackson here.
Jackson swings through the 3-1, took a big hack at it.
You said it, Will. That was a big strike there for Mayfield as he works a 3-2 count.
If Isaiah Jackson does keep the inning going, on deck is Keenan Taylor. Now we have a payoff pitch with bases loaded. Mayfield, the submarine delivery, is going to catch the low outside corner. And Isaiah Jackson is going to be punched out by Paul Hess.
Mayfield with a huge strikeout here. Just the second out, and the bases are still loaded, but that's a big one as he gets his first out. And it's a big strikeout on Isaiah Jackson. Tyler Mayfield sets himself up very nicely, and now all he needs is an out at any base.
So now with 2 outs, having bases loaded gets a little bit easier, as the first out is the big one to take pressure off you, as he's facing off in a righty-righty match against Keenan Taylor here. And what's even harder about Isaiah Jackson, too, he was a lefty, so the submarine style doesn't work exactly as good against lefties if you're a right-handed pitcher. But now against the right-handed batting, Keenan Taylor gets a lot harder for the Mallards. 0-1 to Taylor. And Mayfield can't find the inside half with the 0-1. The count's now 1-1 to Taylor, the third baseman.
And Mayfield uses that submarine delivery like we've seen all year and getting that beautiful location on that strike 3 call on Jackson.
1-1, foul down the right field line by Keenan Taylor on a push try, and that will be strike 2. Taylor singled in his last at-bat that started the 7th inning, one of 2 hits allowed by Colin Murphy in his 2 1/3. As now Mayfield is looking for 1 more strike to get out of the 8th inning and get this game into the 9th. This game already over 3 hours long. One of the longer games for the Woodchucks this summer as 1-2. Swung and missed that by Mayfield on the off-speed changeup, and Mayfield picks up back-to-back Ks, and he will pick up the 2 outs he needs to send this game into the 9th. Wausau is 3 outs away on defense from winning their first game in 2 weeks, as the Woodchucks hopefully up to bat for the final time when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad.
We are into the final frame here tonight from Warner Park, as it is still Andres Kleinsek in there for the Mallards. And he's first facing off against Mark Schallenberger to lead off the ninth. Schallenberger, his one hit was the reason the Woodchucks tied this game back up in the sixth. His 3-run home run. Now back-to-back games with a 3-run home run for Schallenberger, who's at 5 now on the summer.
Yeah, Will Schallenberger was the one who tied it up at 66 for the Woodchucks, could then add 4 more as Schallenberger swings on that low breaking ball. But Schallenberger, 3-run home run, and we added 4 more there in the sixth and took the lead 11-6, where we have stayed until Mike McGinnis, obviously, with a solo home run shot.
1-2 from Kleinsek to Schallenberger. And that will just drop a little outside on the changeup.
And Will, last night when we watched Schallenberger, he had that awful strikeout call there in the ninth, and he got his revenge here tonight in that 3-run bomb.
You can say that. 2-2 to Schallenberger. And he will not be struck out. He takes an outside fastball for ball 3. Now a payoff pitch coming between Kleinsek and Schallenberger, as left-handed batter awaits it, and he will take ball 4. So Schallenberger reaches base for the 3rd time now in the game, and the leadoff man aboard for the Woodchucks here in the 9th.
Yeah, Will, that's been key here tonight. It's something that we love to see, as the Chucks have been putting the leadoff hitter on, something they used to do here early in the season, and something that they should definitely get back in the habit of doing, as it's helped them here tonight, obviously.
So now Mike McGinnis is up for a 2nd time, and he's 1 hit away from the cycle. If Mike McGinnis gets a triple, he would have a cycle tonight.
And another RBI.
And another RBI, exactly. I know that's a lot to ask for, because triples are nearly impossible to have at these smaller ballparks.
Yeah, Mike McGinnis has some speed. He's gotten all.
He does. And I bet if he finds the gap, he's going to try for it. And he fouls off the 0-1. He's now down 0-2.
Think he knows he can hit the cycle?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Have to ask him.
As of right now, he is going to be this player of the game tonight.
That's a good call there, Will. I think you know a little thing or two about baseball for sure.
A couple of RBIs, a single, a double, and a home run. 0-2, as Schallenberger's trying to steal second, and he'll have a stolen base. Mark Schallenberger slides into second safely, as the throw is not in time from Melfi, as trying to put down the tag was Hamilton.
And apparently, Will, everyone has speed tonight here in Madison.
I guess so.
It's got to be something in the air or something, because Mark Schallenberger is not the speediest guy.
No, he's not known for that by any means.
He's got power and power in his legs.
Absolutely. 1-2 to Mike McGinnis. And McGinnis does not foul it off, but that ball gets away from Melfi, and that's going to be a drop third. That puts McGinnis on first base.
And, Will, the ball did end up in the Woodchucks dugout. I'm not quite sure if they're going to send McGinnis. It looks like he'll stay at first, as there's a little meeting there. As maybe the ball went off from home plate umpire.
Yeah, I think the trainers are checking out home plate umpire Paul Hess right now.
It took a really weird hop. McGinnis, it looked like he fouled it the way it hopped off of the umpire, but he must have swung right through it and then went right off the umpire.
So McGinnis is going to reach on a drop third strike to put runners on the corners with no outs here in the 9th. 3 for 6 night now for McGinnis, as he has reached once again. I mean, I know that goes down as a strikeout, but he's on base again.
Not quite the triple he was looking for, but Mike McGinnis finding his way on. Is he going to steal here? Another one, maybe?
I would highly think so, because with Schallenberger at third, that might try to cause a double steal if Melfi throws to second. I would fully expect McGinnis to steal at some point. As Trent Van Ness hits one down the right field line, that's going to stay fair. Wausau's going to take a 12-6 lead as McGinnis is going to be heading home as well. Trent Van Ness has a double, and McGinnis is home safe. 2 RBI double for Trent Van Ness, and Wausau now leads it by 7.
So it's not a steal for Mike McGinnis, but he does use his speed going from first to home on that double in the corner from Van Ness. Mike McGinnis can do it all. Trent Van Ness another RBI here and picks up 2 actually this time here at Warner Park in Madison, Wisconsin.
He must like this ballpark as Van Ness now picks up his first hit. He's now 1 for 5. And that is also his first double. So now he has 1 single, 1 double, 1 home run, and 3 hits as a Woodchuck. No outs on the board as Wausau already has 2 here in the top of the 9th. And with a 7-run lead now, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable to win your first game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you bet you will. And I think that although we were up 5, those 2 are big because just more insurance helps. And the Woodchucks aren't taking any chances here. They want to put this one away. Adding 2 runs to the score here in the 9th is huge.
This game already an hour longer than the game played on Tuesday night.
Wow.
If you can believe that or not. Pretty short game on Tuesday night, but this one now 3 hours, or I guess not a full hour longer, but it's definitely at least 40 minutes longer.
Well, also, Will, there are 19 runs here in this game.
There are 19 runs, that's true.
Last time the Woodchucks visited Warner Park. And it's been a really fun game here so far as the Chucks are still battling here.
13 unanswered runs after the Mallards scored 6 in the first inning. As the Wausau Woodchucks are trying to play some spoiler to the division rivals, who more than likely will fall out of first place if the Woodchucks are able to win this game. As the winner of Fond du Lac and Wisconsin Rapids will more than likely be the first place holder into tomorrow of the Great Lakes West in the second half. That one's hit into left center, and it's going to drop for McFarland. So McFarland picks up his second hit. The Woodchucks now have hit number 12 in the game.
12 hits, 13 runs, and the Woodchucks have runners on the corners still battling here for Ryan Blackwell, who heads to the plate.
So Ryan Blackwell will be up for the 6th time as well. He is 0 for 4 with a walk and a reach on error.
And you know what's inspiring about this?
And 2 runs.
Is that the bottom of the order is not only getting walks and reach your base, but they have quality hits.
They do.
There, and a really nice hit there from McFarland. And the Woodchucks are really top to bottom doing an outstanding job here tonight. And that's what it's going to take to end this 9-game losing streak.
Ground ball into the glove of Keenan Taylor by Ryan Blackwell, and the Mallards do turn a couple, as that'll be a 5-4-3 double play. Ryan Blackwell grounds into it. The Woodchucks add another run, though, as scoring from third is Trent Van Ness, and it's 14-6 Wausau, but they do trade 2 outs for a run.
A really good diving play there by Keenan Taylor as he ranged to his left, made the diving play, came up with it, threw to second, and the throw to first just in time. Might have been a little closer than it looked from down there, but the double play and the run nonetheless. So you'll take that as a Woodchucks fan.
3 runs here in the 9th for Wausau as they are now up by 8. 14 unanswered runs by the Woodchucks. If Jacob Boost puts down a ground ball, it is to Davis Hamilton at second base, and he will make the play in time to Nick Williams. But Wausau needs 3 more outs as Tyler Mayfield is looking to win their first game in 2 weeks. 14-6 Wausau here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
It has come down to the bottom of the ninth as Wausau is 3 outs away and spotting 8 runs to try and win their first game in 2 weeks. They have not won since they took down the Rockford Rivets 2 Thursdays ago by a score of 7-4, and now they have a chance to take game 1 of this 2-game set here in Madison and win their second game here at Warner Park this season, as they are up 14-6, and Tyler Mayfield is looking to come in and shut the door. He's first facing off against Liam Moreno here in the 9th inning. Moreno, the left fielder, batting for the 5th time. He is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Madison has not scored since the first. First pitch fastball, strike 1 from Mayfield.
Will, isn't this a good feeling to finally put ourselves in a position for a win, as the Woodchucks have done everything they needed to tonight. Coming back from 6-0 and giving themselves a chance when no one thought they had one.
I mean, it's just so nice to see the resilience of a team who you think after going down 6-0 on 9 straight losses, you're like, well, we might be done. But no, they come fighting back, crawling back. They tie the game off Mark Schallenberger's 3-run home run. And now here we are with a score of 14-6, spotting 8 runs here in the 9th.
And yeah, well, it's really been production from all over. Defense has been very good. Pitching has been outstanding, and the bats have been going here as they have 12 hits on the board tonight to the Woodchucks.
2-1 to Moreno is hit up the middle, and that will be a leadoff single here in the 9th for Moreno. As that'll bring up Jackson Tucker once again. He has 2 singles in this game. 2 for 4 night for the St. John's product. Also has a stolen base and a run scored. Scored the final run that Madison has come across home plate with so far in this game. As the first pitch from Mayfield, high and outside on the fastball. Brock Turkington looks like he might be getting a little loose in the bullpen if the Woodchucks do need another pitcher to come into the game. Obviously, if you're Mayfield, you're just hoping to get these 3 outs you need to and give the Woodchucks a win.
Just like in the 8th inning where he came in with bases loaded, as that spinner is no good. Well, 2 now on Tucker, but Mayfield came in with bases loaded, strikes out 2 guys. Don't necessarily need that kind of pitching from him again, but just need 3 outs here to end this one.
2-0, swung at down, foul, and we'll head out of this ballpark. 2-1 now to Jackson Tucker, who now has 43 hits on the season after his 2 singles in this game. The right fielder for the Madison Mallards facing off against Tyler Mayfield. Righty-righty matchup. 2-1 does not clip the low inside corner, and the count is 3-1 to Jackson Tucker. Mayfield came in and got 2 big strikeouts for his 7th and 8th of the season. As the 3-1 is going to be high, so there'll be a couple of base runners allowed right away by Mayfield.
And Will Mayfield here might be.
And I think that Ross Davis might actually be signaling to the bullpen potentially, or they're going to have Brock Turkington start getting loose.
Yeah, and if that is the case, Will, it might just be Ross Davis not taking any chances.
This is a guy who did pitch an inning and a third last night, so you have to wonder if maybe some arm fatigue.
That's a good point, Will. Very good point, as he did make an appearance last night.
Brock Turkington, the right-hander Ripon College product, is warming up in the pen if the Woodchucks do need him. As Cal Fisher is going to come to the plate, another righty-righty matchup for Tyler Mayfield. And if Ross Davis does come back out, that will mean that the Woodchucks do have to make a pitching change. We're just about to hit 3 hours and 30 minutes on this game tonight. And this is officially the longest game played by Wausau this summer.
Well, Will, I'm thankful to have joined you on the longest game of the Woodchucks this season as Mayfield works now.
And that one's hit into left field on a line by Fisher. That'll be out number one. And Adair's going to try for the double play, but won't have it at second base. He's getting back in time will be Moreno. But sorry, Chase, I did cut you off for out number one there. It has been a pleasure having you on, as the Woodchucks do need 2 more outs to win their first game in 2 weeks. A franchise-long record for losses in a row is 12.
The Chucks are looking to say no to that.
Yes,
record.
they are. Mike McGinnis had a feeling it was going to end tonight, talking to him pregame. And he put together a game that really showed that he wanted to end tonight. 3 for 6 with a single, a double, and a home run. 2 RBIs as well.
I agree, and I also heard Mike Adair on the bus saying that he had a feeling about tonight.
He did.
And
he did.
He's done everything he could tonight to make sure that that feeling became reality.
Very true. Mike Adair, Christian Mitchell, Mike McGinnis, Mark Schallenberger, even Trent Van Ness going to throw in that 2 RBI double in the 9th to give some more run support for the Woodchucks in there. It has been a team effort. Blaine Wallen going 5 full innings on the mound. Unfortunately, won't pick up the win. It'll be Colin Murphy if the Woodchucks are able to close the door. As going with the off speed for strike 2 is Tyler Mayfield, looking for possibly a ground ball that could end it from Kyle Schrodel.
And Will, something we haven't touched on a whole lot, but has been very big in this game is the amount of walks that the Woodchucks have had. And that could obviously be accredited to their eyes. They've been using...
They have seen the baseball fantastic tonight.
Very well.
Lots of walks, 12 hits. As Mayfield goes with the breaking ball that misses for ball 2, but like you were saying, Chase?
They're seeing the ball unlike we have not seen in, obviously the last 2 weeks. And it's very inspiring to see that they're seeing the ball here good at Warner Park, taking good pitches, following lots of good pitches off, too, and working counts. And that's why the Mallards have had how many pitches in this game? I believe it's 6.
Two once again to Schrodel, who fouled off the last pitch he saw. Mayfield, the submarine delivery, will be hit in the air. It'll be a pop-up. Anthony McFarland is going to be the one who calls everyone off, and the Woodchucks are 1 out away from win number 10 of the second half and overall win number 30.
A really good pitch there by Mayfield as he got him chasing the breaking ball, got it to fly up with Schrodel, and we're 1 out of the way, Will.
So now coming to the plate will be David Melfi, who does not come around on the first pitch check swing. Are we not going to check down to first base umpire Jeremy Gaskin on that one? I guess we're not. 1-0 to Melfi from Mayfield. And that will be strike 1 on a fastball. Rising fastball against the right hand. It's going to be so hard to see.
Yeah, especially on that submarine delivery that Mayfield has. That's obviously not a skill that everyone can do, but the right-hander has mastered it here, and he's had some good outings here for us this summer.
That one is swung and missed at by Melfi, and the Mallards are down to their final strike. Update from the bottom of the 8th at Whitterfield. Fond du Lac is up 5-3 over the Raptors. So if the Dock Spiders do hold on, they will be in first place into tomorrow in the Great Lakes West, as the Woodchucks are one strike away from winning their first game in 2 weeks. Mayfield, 1-2. Fouled off by Melfi. So he'll stay alive at 1-2 for at least another pitch, as Mayfield is looking to come in and finish out this game. He has picked up a flyout and a pop-out in back-to-back at-bats after allowing the single and the walk to Moreno and Tucker. 1-2 once again, just fouled off.
Melfi staying alive, calls 2 in a row off there. He's trying to fight with his 2 teammates on first and second base. Not sure how much he can do alone, as his Mallards are down 8 runs, and he's down his last strike.
We'll try the 1-2 once again. Mayfield, and Melfi stays alive once again. Fouls back the 1-2 for a third time. I mean, the Mallards aren't going down easy here.
Yeah, well, this is obviously a tough one for the Mallards. Like you said, the Woodchucks trying to play spoiler, and you already explained what could happen to the Mallards here if they take the loss on this game.
They will fall into second place, a half game behind Fond du Lac, as Mayfield cannot find the upper half of the strike zone with the fastball. 2-2 count now to Melfi, as Ross Davis is just going to let Mayfield finish this one out. There's no reason to even think about putting Turkington in at this point. Let the submarine-style throwing right-hander shut the door on this one. 2-2 is inside on an off-speed pitch, and that will make the count full.
Mayfield did have a strikeout in the full count in the last inning with the bases loaded. Similar situation here, and now he's looking for finishing this game out.
Davis Hamilton is on deck if Madison is able to keep the game alive for one more at-bat, as Melfi has not gone out easily here. And the 3-2 payoff from Mayfield is going to be hit in the air, and I think it's going foul again. It is. Wow, Melfi's just not going away here. Melfi is trying his absolute hardest to keep this game going, and Madison just really doesn't want to go down without a fight. That is now the 5th foul ball in this at-bat.
The fight will continue as tomorrow we're back here, like you said, at Warner Park.
Payoff pitch again. Swing and a miss. And that'll be strikeout number 3 for Tyler Mayfield in an inning and 2/3. The Woodchucks are back in the win column for the first time since July 20th. They win it 14-6 here in a complete team effort. 14 unanswered runs for the Woodchucks, and look at the guys on the field. You can tell how excited they are to finally be back in the win column. It's been a long time since we said that. But the Woodchucks take this game 1 of 2 in this 2-game set and are now 30-32 overall in the season. 10-17 in the second half. Madison falls to 16-13 in the second half. 31-31 overall. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation of Woodchucks baseball tonight. From broadcast partner Chase Kmosena, I'm Will Charlton. Come back tomorrow night for a 6:35 p.m. first pitch against the Mallards right back here on the Woodchucks baseball network. Until then, the losing streak is over. Wassau's in the win column, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Woodchucks baseball network. Have a good rest of your Thursday night, everyone.